Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Ohio.
It has been 160 days since we last filled every seat in this ballpark. Since we cheered an improbable comeback.
Tie game! Rajay Davis!
And lamented a one-run loss. 160 days. Long enough to mend a broken heart? Not even close. But together, we rise again. Because their pain is our pain. Their joy, our joy.
And the Indians are in front 3-0.
We rise again and renew our hope that Frankie's Gold Glove will shine once again.
Gets up and throws. Got it.
That Kip's grit will lead the way. That Jose's hustle, Cody's calm, and Kluber's resolve will push this team to new heights. We will never forget the pain. But today we gather together in our home. Chin up, eyes forward. We look ahead, not back, and begin again.
A glorious day in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. The streets are jammed. The seats are filled here at Progressive Field for the home opener between the Cleveland Indians, the defending American League champions, and the Chicago White Sox. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. 94 regular season wins, 10 more in the postseason, 1 win shy of the ultimate prize. But Rick, this year, they've got a healthy Michael Brantley, and hopefully he'll be in the lineup all season long.
I don't think anybody could be happier than to be in the starting lineup today at home. Michael Brantley holds one of the longest hitting streaks in this ballpark. It's nice to see him back. He went through and passed every test that he needed to do, and he's starting the year out. You just be a little patient because of the time he missed. Only 11 games last year, never really got it started, but he's hitting number 3 for your Cleveland Indians. I'll tell you what, he's going to be a joy to watch this year.
We hope you've enjoyed all of our pregame festivities here on Sports Time Ohio today. It's time to put that all to bed. Baseball is next. The first pitch between Cleveland and Chicago. AC, Jim Brown, and Jim Thome all throwing out ceremonial first pitches here this afternoon. Carlos Carrasco will be chucking for the Tribe as they try to take down the White Sox here at the home opener. That first pitch is coming up next. Cleveland Indians. notes just flew right out of the window as soon as we came on the air. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Gusts blowing at.
Carlos Carrasco and the Tribe take the field. That gives us enough time to go downstairs to our man Andre Knott.
I thought you were just throwing an airplane down to me to say hi, say happy opener. Well, for everybody, it's been a fun day to reflect on last year. But for many of these guys going on the field right now, it's time to move forward. Here's today's Hear Right Sounds of the Game.
It's going to be something special for the fans. It's going to be, you know, it's a little sense of hope for the fans. You know, they're going to see the banner, they're going to see the rings, and they're going to see it is possible. And even for us, the guys that weren't here last year, they're going to see the rings, and they're going to be like, well, I want to get one, you know. So, and I'm going to see it, and I'm going to say, I want a bigger one. I don't want this one, you know. So it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. A special moment for us, special moment for our families, and for the city of Cleveland, for sure.
You know, this is hopefully the last day we're talking about last year. So enjoy today. You know, this is the last time we'll kind of look back on last year, but, you know, after today, you know, it's all about, you know, the next day or that day, not last year.
But we do have the opportunity to celebrate what this team accomplished a year ago. It was special. They've raised the American League Championship banner. You hopefully tuned in to see the players receive their AL Championship rings. And now, Rick, it's on to the business at hand.
Yeah, absolutely. You start another 162-game ride, and they're all ready for it. I know that.
And the AL Central Division games ultimately very important. Tyler Saladino will lead off for the Chicago White Sox. The Sox starting lineup under brand new manager Rick Renneria, brought to you by Hankook Tires. Tim Anderson bats second, then Melky Cabrera. Veteran Jose Abreu in the middle, followed by Todd Frazier. A lot of new faces, though. Cody Ashley will DH. Avisail Garcia in right. Giovanni Soto, the catcher. Jacob May is in center, and he'll bat ninth.
And today's Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for the Tribe, Carlos Carrasco. 30 years old. He made one start in Texas, and he really did a pretty good job. In that start against the Rangers. He went 5 2/3, 4 hits. Now remember, he only had 15 innings in spring training. He had some elbow issues, but he has had his share of problems against the White Sox in the past. Last year he made 3 starts. He was 0-1 with an ERA of 5. In his career, he's 3-9 and an ERA of 5.63.
Carrasco's probably, though, never faced the White Sox in an atmosphere like this one. Adrenaline probably coursing through his veins. And today's first pitch is a fastball, I guess high, ball 1.
Well, anytime you get a chance to start the home opener for the season, it's always an honor and a thrill just to be out there, no question.
That fastball nails the outside corner to even the count. Way outside with a slider, and it's 2-1. Tyler Saladino off to a pretty good start. 5 games into the season, a 308 mark with a double. Out of play right side, that'll even the count. Temperature here at game time 71 degrees. But a very gusty breeze blowing out toward right and right center field.
Well, I remember we were in Arizona. We never thought it was going to be 70 at opening day, and it was nice yesterday when they arrived, warm. Just good to be home.
Now the 2-2 offering. Just missed. No, he does ring him up. Saladino can't believe it. A little bit of a delayed call there. And Saladino will head back to the dugout.
Well, it looked like it was a little slider right there. You can see it right at the end of the mitt of Gomes. And it was a late call. It was tough to tell. But he gets the call, and he will get the strikeout.
And now Tim Anderson, Chicago's shortstop, swings and fouls it up the third baseline. Last year, the Indians went 11-8 against Chicago. They were 6-3 against the White Sox here in Cleveland. They split 10 games in Chicago.
This is a young guy, Anderson, that made his name with the White Sox last year. Signed a new 6-year deal with him. They thought that much of him, and they're, you know, with the trade of Chris Sale, are rebuilding, so to speak.
The 1-1. Now Carlos Carrasco gets ahead of the second straight Chicago hitter, gets to that 2-strike mark. Carrasco at his first start against the Texas Rangers, given what was sort of an abbreviated spring for him in terms of pitching. He had the minor elbow injury that derailed him for a bit. He looked pretty sharp against a good hitting team down in Texas.
Yes, he did.
Now the 1-2. Way outside.
You know, a lot of times when you come out of spring training and they had the year they did last year, people expect you to be in mid-season form, you know, in your first start or in the first week of the season. That's not the case. It takes time. You know, we're talking with Tito. He says, you know, give the starters 4 starts to go out there and just get a feel and get their legs underneath them.
Got in on him, popped him up. Out goes Ramirez. In comes Almonte. Abe calls for it and puts it away. 2 down.
Let's check that Tribe defense for you. Brought to you by Jeep. Stacks up this way. Michael Brantley, a good sight, is out in left field. Naquin is in center. Almonte over and right. Diaz is at third. Lindor at short. Ramirez is at second. Encarnacion is at first with Gomes doing the catching.
Will Little has the plate. Jeff Kellogg is your crew chief. He's at first. Tim Timmons at second. James Hoy is down at third. Melky Cabrera, switch hitter. With Cabrera and then Abreu, who follows, and Frazier after him, combined with a guy like Avisail Garcia, that's really the veteran core of this team now.
Right.
And they're expected to lead the way for a lot of very young players. And there may be more to come. You know, the big offseason acquisition was Yoan Moncada, and you know, it won't be long before they get him to the big leagues.
Well, you know, everybody thought he's the #1 prospect in minor league baseball. You thought he was going to start on that ball club, but people we talked to say he's going to be very good. You just be patient.
Melky Cabrera takes. It's a strike. 2-1 to count. Sun darting in and out behind the clouds. But all in all, a delightful day here in downtown Cleveland. The 2-1 is hit in the air to center. Tyler Naquin makes the catch, and Carlos Carrasco with a perfect first. The Indians come to bat when we come back. Today under manager Terry Francona, presented by Progressive. Carlos Santana will lead it off as the DH. Frankie Lindor bats second. Michael Brantley is third. Edwin Encarnacion hits cleanup. Jose Ramirez is fifth. Yandy Diaz, the talented young third baseman, batting sixth. Then it's Tyler Naquin, Yan Gomes, and Abe Almonte in right field.
Well, and James Shields is making the start. That's today's Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for the White Sox. He made one start against the Tigers. He got a win. Pitched very well. 5 1/3, a couple of hits, just 1 run. 6-19 overall last year. Started with the Padres, ended up moving over to the White Sox. He was 4-12 with the Sox and gave up 31 home runs.
3 on the right side of the infield for Chicago to start as Santana digs in, and Shields' first pitch is a called strike. I guess the one number that really jumps out at you, and I realize it's one start and a lot of things can be off for a pitcher, but 5 walks in his 5 innings in his first start.
Yeah, this guy is normally a control pitcher with a good changeup. He's got a couple of different style changeups. Left a lot of pitches in the middle of the plate, but no stranger to the Indians. But this guy has been a workhorse throughout his career. There's the changeup.
Yeah, you can see it just kind of float in there,
and
1-1.
He can throw one a little bit harder. He mixes and matches. He throws at a couple of different speeds. He's 35 years old.
Had some really good years with Tampa.
Yeah, when you think about it, Matty, he's won at least 10 games a year, 200 innings, 160 strikeouts since 2007 up until 15. He didn't do it last year.
Called a strike. And Shields gets ahead 1-2. A little low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Michael Brantley due up third here in the first inning for Cleveland. Santana doing an excellent job this year, working counts out of that leadoff spot. Pops the 2-2 high in the air. Shallow right. And Garcia will make the catch.
Let's check out the White Sox defense, brought to you by Wendy's. In the outfield, it'll be Cabrera in left. May is in center. Garcia is in right. Frazier is at third. Anderson is short. Saladino at second. Abreu is at first with Soto doing the catching.
Now Francisco Lindor. Tops the club with 3 homers, 7 runs batted in. Tries to bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike.
Yeah, those 3 home runs came in consecutive at-bats. The 2 in Texas and the first one out in Arizona. That gave him a 1-0 lead to start that series off.
Down in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. The one thing you'd like to see is the Indians try to get out to an early lead, get some runs on the board early. They scored many of their runs late in games on their first road trip of the season.
Yeah, they did. They had some comebacks. The big one in Texas with the 2 home runs that Lindor hit.
There's a drive to deep right field. Garcia's going to watch this one go deep into the seats.
Ask and you shall receive.
Lindor's 4th home run of the year, and the Indians strike first.
Boy, oh boy, he's turning on a lot of baseballs. He had a couple of quick swings, and you could tell right off the bat. He's excited. He's pumped.
There's that big, fantastic Frankie smile.
Let's see what pitch he hits. That ball was right down the middle, and boy, he gave it a ride.
looked like a changeup, Arch,
yeah,
that just
it
didn't
was.
do much.
It was a changeup that was flat. It didn't have that good movement. It stayed up for him, and what it did, it speeds up your bat head, and he pulled it down the line, and the Indians will take a 1-0 lead.
Now Michael Brantley. He looks at a fastball for ball one. Out of play. Home runs, regardless of what kind of a hitter you are, sometimes tend to come in bunches. And for Lindor, they're coming fast and furious here right out of the gate.
Yeah, they do when you think most power hitters, but you know, Frankie's strong enough. You put a good swing on the ball. These guys, the way they work out, as big as they are, if you put a good swing on the baseball, they can hit it out of the ballpark, especially if you make a mistake. I don't care if you're a second baseman, a shortstop. There's some strong players out there now. 3 of his 4 have given the Indians at least the lead in a ball game, or tied it. Those are the big ones you look for.
Down on the dirt. You know, I was thinking about Michael Brantley when I heard something Jason Kipnis said after his game in Akron. He said, you know, I probably saw more curveballs tonight than I've seen in 5 months because he's back in action. It's against minor league competition.
Right.
But I thought about Michael Brantley. Spring training, getting the at-bats, getting the reps is one thing. Now that you're back in action, though, you're going to get attacked with a variety of off-speed pitches that he just hasn't seen a lot of.
They're saying he held on to it.
That will go
Brantley
as a
looking to see
strikeout.
if it hit he's looking to see if it hit the dirt, but Soto picked it, and I guess he showed the umpire, so he's out. Strikeout. He got it.
He smothered it. So that's out number 2. Today's storylines are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Well, Frankie has the crowd rocking early. And if Carlos Carrasco can continue to be efficient, that'll be a huge help. And the Indians need some productivity from 2, 3, 4. They went 4 for 25 as a team in a 3-game sweep against Arizona with runners in scoring position. Now, home runs are great, but at some point you've got to get those hits to drive runners in when they're out there in scoring position.
Exactly right. And every team, you go through spells like that where you're having a tough time hitting with runners in scoring position. You look all around baseball. Arizona's the team that's leading the world in that department. That's why the record is the way it is, although they just got beat by San Francisco yesterday. But they're playing well. They're hitting the ball well. The Indians will do that. The Indians got to get their pitching into control. Once that's there, you don't worry about the offense.
Encarnacion with a big swing comes up empty. 1-2. White Sox, they'll shift 3 to the left side. Bounced that one well in front of home plate to even it up at 2-2. The shift is here to stay. I'm afraid it's not going anywhere. I mean, I heard people talking, you know, should they institute a rule that require you to keep guys on sides of the infield? So, you know, I don't know. You can't legislate everything in this world. At some point, you got to make an adjustment, right?
Let them play wherever they want to, on the grass or on the dirt. Who cares?
The 2-2. It's inside a full count.
It's like playing on the schoolyard. Go on out there. You play where you want. If you hit it on this, if you don't have enough guys to play, anything on the right side of second base is an automatic out.
Payoff pitch. And Encarnacion goes down swinging. Shields strikes out a pair, but Francisco Lindor reignites this Progressive Field crowd. 1-0 Cleveland. Carlos Carrasco set him down 1-2-3 in the first. He's got Jose Abreu leading off inning number 2. Arch, it doesn't seem like that long ago when Abreu was the new guy. Not a kid, not a rookie necessarily because of his experience in Cuba, but he was the new guy. Now they're going to really lean on him heavily to be one of the leaders of this club.
No question. You know, he's in that 4 spot. He's been here long enough. He's had a wonderful career against the Indians, a .319 hitter, 14 homers, 36 ribbies. I mean, he's done everything in his power. I mean, some big hits. If you pitch him inside, he can turn on it. He's a good off-speed hitter. So he's the big RBI guy in that lineup. Remember, they had Adam Dunn over there, and he was playing first base. They wanted to get Dunn some time out there, and Dunn retired. But you know, first base, he needs a little work over there defensively. Yeah, LaRoche came in, and remember, LaRoche was a better first baseman. But that didn't work out well.
In the end, it was a little messy.
Yeah, it sure was, unfortunately.
The 2-2. Just missed, low and away. That pitch right there is a good example of why Abreu has been a tough out. He's got great power, but he's not your typical I'm going to swing out of my shoes kind of a hitter. He'll work the count. He'll take his base hits the other way.
Yeah, he hits the ball where it's pitched, and it makes him very, very tough out. You got to mix it up on him.
Got
nice
in
job.
on him. Made a good quality pitch. And that's out number 1. Well, before today's ball game, if you tuned in a tad late, ceremonial first pitches. Jim Brown to your left as he heads out to the mound. Austin Carr, Mr. Cavalier. And of course, Jim Thome, the Tribe's home run king. And they tossed out the ceremonial first pitches.
Nice throw, boys.
You know, when we were flying home the other night,
Sunday night,
smashed to third, it ate up Diaz. And that'll be a 1-out, maybe double for Frazier. He's going to hustle all the way into second base.
Yeah, that ball was smoked. And Frazier gets the first hit for the Sox. This is when you don't want to be a third baseman. That's a tough hop. That's a do or die play. Hit so hard it hit off the end of his glove, or the baby finger of that glove, and goes high in the air, but he took enough off of it to allow Frazier to get into second base. That's his first double this year.
So the other night we were flying home, and obviously we're flying through the middle of the night, and I can't sleep on planes, so I'm looking for something to watch.
What?
I can't sleep on plane. I might nap, but I can't sleep like you.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I at some point I see, I don't know what channel, some old films of Jim Brown running. You just forget, because we've seen him now in his aging years so often. Forget how great he was in his prime. I mean, it wasn't even close.
No,
he's running through, around, and
boys.
by people like they're standing still.
Yeah, they say probably and arguably the greatest running back of all time.
Well, Carlos Carrasco trying to work out some trouble here. Now, Cody Ashe, he's a DH today. He hit a home run off Carrasco that might still be going down at Camelback Ranch in Glendale. Came over from the Phillies. He's a young guy, but he's got some power. But the question is, will he be one of those all or nothing type hitters? Smash to second. Ramirez has it. 2 down. Frazier moves over to third.
Well, Live Indians baseball is back this year with the MLB.com at-bat on your smartphone or tablet. You can stay connected with radio broadcast, stats, news, and more. Download the #1 app for live baseball. That's MLB.com at-bat.
You almost wonder if that's why Rick Renteria has Garcia batting down a spot in the lineup to kind of maybe give the youngster a little protection. Also, you break up some of your left and right-handed hitters that way.
Yeah, Garcia has been their hottest hitter, leading the league in hitting. I know it's early, but still he's hitting all 5 games he's played in.
High ball 1. Garcia first came up with Detroit. He not only looked a lot like Miguel Cabrera at that time, but he hit like him too, and he thought, wow. He has shown flashes of it while with the White Sox, but like so many players, just trying to find that level of day in, day out consistency has been somewhat elusive. He's a .257 hitter against the Indians and 171 at bats. High heater. It's 2-1.
Yeah, well, they expected big things from him when they got this guy from the Tigers. They thought he was going to be very tough. But he got hurt early in the year a couple of years ago.
Ground ball to short. Lindor makes the throw to get him, and the inning is over. A 1-out double does no damage. 1-0 Cleveland.
The 2017 Tribe Season Ticket Package. You'll get the best seats at the best prices with the best perks. It includes access to the summer season ticket, autograph party, and more. Just go to Indians.com for the details.
Jose Ramirez to lead off inning number 2 for the Tribe. And James Shields misses outside for ball 1. Two and 0. Now it's ball 3. Missed on 4 straight to open the inning. And the Indians get their leadoff man aboard. Time for our Buick stat of the game. Best record at home in the American League last year. Indians and Rangers both at 53-28. Only the Cubs won more in all of baseball at home last year. You got to protect your home turf.
You certainly do.
The Indians did a great job of that.
They did it both ways. They protected their home turf and they protected their division. They beat up their division. Two good signs.
Yandy Diaz. And he fouls that off.
Funny, he throws 4 straight balls and Diaz ready to go. It looked like he swung at a slider there first pitch. This ball gets a piece of the mask on the bounce.
He broke his mask.
Yeah, that little throat protector fell off. That's on, I think, a little piece of leather. Oh, snap. Got the snap. There you go.
Oh, snap.
Don't lose the clicker. That snap, he might have broke it. They don't make them like they used to.
Well, at least it's not freezing cold.
Yeah,
sometimes when it's cold, you can't get your fingers to feel and your fingers to thread the needle there.
We have a equipment malfunction. Sound familiar?
Rick Renteria not amused. Now he's waited a long time to get his opportunity, and taking over for the White Sox in the offseason. 40th manager in franchise history.
Came over the year before and was the bench coach for Robin Ventura last year.
Down low, came back with the same pitch. If he swung at it the first time, why not try it again?
The Indians just playing their first game in a division. I believe they have 13 or 14 in a row against the Central. The White Sox, on the other hand, out of their first 28 games, 25 of them are within the division. And, you know, they didn't play that well against the division last year, so they're going to have to. They were 8-11 against the Indians.
Squib by the mound. Second baseman Tyler Saladino will throw him out. One down. Jose Ramirez in the scoring position. Over the last 4 years, when the Indians have played well in the division, they've gone to the postseason.
Yeah, and last year, look at that, 49 wins in their division. On the other hand, it was the White Sox that had 33 wins. They were 33-44 last year. So they've had trouble, and that's something you have to do. And the Indians know that. They went and Detroit Tigers, I think, taught them that. You got to take care of your own division. And they did last year.
Naquin chases a breaking ball in the dirt.
Look up and you see that wind. Usually it's starting. It feels like the clouds are getting a little cooler because it's blowing out to right center. That's usually the wind we see more in the summertime.
Yeah, but why does it feel like it's blowing in at times as well?
I don't know.
Must be...
Well, it could circle.
Yeah.
Could circle around in here.
The 0-1. Bounced it in there again. This time Naquin lays off.
Good job of Soto protecting, keeping the ball out front. Ramirez had a good look.
Let's go down to Andre.
Well, the wind is definitely swirling down here. I can tell you guys the temperature dropped probably about 10 degrees.
Yeah, it feels like
it dropped quickly right about running around first pitch. A lot of guys had to go in and get hats, and it's cold down here. It's no longer warm. It's not like summer, Arch.
We know you can tell it's swirling because your head is on a swivel.
Eyes forward.
360. Call you 360.
Did you go get a hat on?
Not yet, but I will.
Oh, I'm sure.
The pitch. Naquin chases it up high, and now he's in the hole. 1-2. Arch, you asked before, this is the first of 13 in a row
consecutive
in the Central Division. Chicago, Detroit, Minnesota to Chicago before that streak ends when they come back home in late April against Houston. But a lot of Central games straight ahead. Ramirez in scoring position with 1 out, but Naquin in the hole 1 and 2. And the slow curve got him looking. And I mean really slow.
Yeah, he really took something off of that pitch, and you better wait, you know, with this umpire. We're not familiar with that late call. I'm not saying it was a strike or it was not a strike, but it's been a hitter's zone so far. You just have to wait because he sees it before he makes the call. Now, I don't know if vocally you can hear him down there.
So 2 down now for Yan Gomes.
3rd strikeout now for Shields.
And a fastball in there for strike 1. Gomes' lone hit came in the weekend series against the Diamondbacks. He went 1 for 6 with a couple of walks, scored a run. Back our way, just shy of the booth. We've got new windows. I hope those are shatterproof.
Oh, they are. I'm sure they are. That one was about
it's right
5
above
feet
our head.
short. Yeah. New windows, and we hope we don't have to test them out today.
Right. 2-strike pitch. Gomes pops it up out of play right side into the seats.
You know, this team last year, when they started to take off, you see they played well here. They were right around the 500 mark until they took off and they had their first walk-off win here, which was June 1st. This is the guy that got the base hit. It was against the Texas Rangers, and then the very next day they beat Kansas City on another walk-off, and that's when they really started to play well here at their home ballpark.
Low and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, Gomes' lone hit this year came with a runner in scoring position.
And a lot of times when they would get a base hit early with a runner in scoring position, not necessarily, yeah, with 2 outs, it seems like they rallied around each other. That first one comes early. Takes a little bit of pressure off of everybody else.
Now the 1-2. Slow hook, and I mean, he pulled it with authority right into the front row behind the dugout. I mean, you just can't get out of the way of that ball. It was scorched.
Well, it was the slow hook that he was able to get Naquin on. But look at Yan. He was out there way out in front, but everybody seems to be okay. It was coming. She's saying, there you go.
That was too close for comfort is what she's saying.
Who gave us these seats? We don't want them. Yeah, they get there in a hurry.
Just got the outside corner. And Gomes caught looking. 4th strikeout for James Shields. Through 2. It's Cleveland 1, Chicago nothing. enjoying a cold one on this home opener. And stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. 1-0 Cleveland. Third inning, and Giovanni Soto, the Chicago catcher, to lead it off. They might call him Mr. Home Run this year. He has 3 hits, all 3 home runs.
Making the most of his opportunity. Why not?
Tried to hold up, but Carrasco, I think, got him.
Yes, he did. He went.
Did go, says Jeff Kellogg down at first. And it's quickly 0-2. Bounced one in. A ball and 2 strikes. High pop, foul, first base side. Encarnacion to the railing.
It looks like that wind helped blow it into the stands.
Really
I
did.
didn't think it was going to go that far in, but it certainly did. See, now it's shifting a little bit and blowing into towards the
Yeah, it was
first
blowing
base line.
Straight out of the west when we got here, and maybe at the outset, and it's starting to shift more northwest now.
Yeah, but for opening day, we got here about 8, didn't it?
Seems like we've been here all day, doesn't it?
We have.
Well, we
This is
have.
a doubleheader. We have been.
Great festive atmosphere downtown, a buzz with activity. I guess, well, you know, usually we come to the ballpark, we park, and we come to work. But I was walking around some of the parking lots. I didn't realize how many tailgate parties there were going on out
You
there.
know, why wouldn't you? You see it,
Especially with the weather the way it is.
right? Exactly right.
Enjoy it.
We've had opening days where you have snow, you get rain, you get everything. It was raining this morning. They thought there was going to be an issue, but as of right now, no way.
1-2 bounced in, 2-2. Last year, opening day was postponed just before they opened the gates because of the rain and the ice.
I remember we were sitting there waiting, ready to go, and just it didn't take place.
And the 2-2. Frozen with a fastball.
Boy, that guy's fooling me down there.
Second strikeout for Carlos Carrasco.
Check it out on our Nissan pitch track. You're going to see one down in the lower part of the zone on the knees. It's got the comeback. Maybe a little low if I'm a hitter. I didn't want to swing at it, but I'll tell you what, now you know it, too close to take.
Not since Tim McClellan have we seen an umpire with this sort of a delayed strike call.
You know, we don't get to see, you know, the umpires, you may see them twice a year if you're lucky with a crew, you know, and you're right, we haven't witnessed his strikeout call, and it is a delay.
Now Jacob May looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 12 to start the campaign. Switch hitter.
Yeah, this guy really taking the place of Adam Eaton, who was their outfielder last year. They went over to the Nationals in a trade. Was a good player for the White Sox. Eaton was.
His grandfather, Lee May.
Yeah. Do you remember Lee May?
I do.
Boy, he swung the bat about as hard as anybody. That bat was up there.
I don't remember his early National League days. I remember more with Baltimore. Yeah.
Just let your uncle teach you how to swing it. He'll get the bat head out. I guarantee you that. Check the location here. Carlos going down, sinking away. Boy, that's can't hit it, so don't swing. That was a well-located pitch.
The 1-2 swung on and missed. Carrasco strikes him out. Back-to-back Ks to start the third. Down to Andre.
Well, the word on Carlos Carrasco during spring training was a disjointed spring training. Yeah, it was long, but he was all over with an injury. Then he left to have a child. And the one thing Terry Francona loved about his first start was that was his best start he had. I asked Cookie why that was. He says because his slider and changeup looked like the same pitch out of his hand. He says he felt good with both of them. He says as long as he can throw the fastball, he feels good against any team. And you know what, Matt? I know you saw that spring training game against Chicago where he was roughed up. He's glad. He said that he knows now how they're trying to go at him.
Well, you know, hey, there's something to be said for that. You face a team and they rough you up. At least you've got something to sort of have a baseline to work off of.
Yeah. He wasn't happy that they hit him the way that they did, but he said, all right, I know they want to be aggressive against my fastball. I'm going to get it in early and then go to my secondary pitches.
Well, I'll tell you what he's doing right now. He's keeping everything down, which is really nice. If Carrasco, he's got a great two-seam fastball at 6. You know, he doesn't get enough credit. His ball moves so much. And he mixes that with a four-seamer and a slider. And he can throw a changeup. He's got great stuff. I mean, you know, he's not taking a back seat a whole lot to Corey Kluber when he goes out there on his game. Carrasco's stuff is that good.
Ran the fastball in on him. Popped up again. This is foul, and it just no chance to stay and play with that breeze blowing everything toward the right field seats.
Well, when he almost threw that no-hitter down in Tampa, remember? He was on a string where he was going out there going 5, 6, 7 innings, not giving up hits for a while. He got on a nice roll in the second half of that season.
Remember, that's the year that staff, Corey Kluber,
right,
Danny Salazar, they all took no-hitters 5 innings deep or more that year.
They got on a run, and you know what? This staff will do that again. You watch. They're going to start feeding off each other.
Chop foul, third base side.
I mean, they work hard. They know it. They know what they have to do. It's just a matter of giving them time to get in sync, and I'm sure we will see that.
Opening day, a special one. Lots of families. So great to see the young kids here. Many of them probably taking in their first ever game here at Progressive Field.
Well, wasn't it a fact that you guys had to skip school and come to home opener? People would let you miss school, wouldn't they?
2 pitch. And that's in the dirt, 2-2. No self-respecting teacher would ever say you can miss school, Arch.
Oh, yeah. Nowadays, it's different.
I think that is
I called in for my grandson. He missed school.
That's the great thing with the 4 o'clock start, though. A lot of these kids, they can get a
half a day.
Yeah.
Go to skip lunch. Come on home with the tummy ache. And let's come to the ballpark.
I got a note from my Uncle Arch said I can go to the game. Here's the 2-2. Inside with a heater and just missed. Full count.
Well, this is a tough take for Saladino. He loves the fastball, but it's moving in, and it's a good take. If he would have swung at that, he would have either fouled it off his knee.
It's a weird reaction he had. Almost looked like he thought he heard him call a strike. He kind of threw his head back. Strange. Now the payoff. Got him looking. He didn't like the inside pitch, so he threw him one on the outside corner and just froze him. Carrasco strikes out the side in the 3rd.
head to Indians.com for that and grab a $13 district ticket or even a $10 KeyBank Kids ticket. Come on out, root on the Tribe. Hopefully we'll have a nice week here before we take off on Sunday. Come back, and it's the start of a nice, hopefully long, successful season.
James Shields goes to work here in the home half of the third. Indians on top 1-0 on a solo homer by Francisco Lindor in the first. Abraham Almonte leading it off.
Nice changeup.
Terry Francona told me the other day he thought maybe Lonnie Chisenhall would be ready to be activated for this home opener, though it wasn't 100% certain. And in fact, he was not activated for today's game.
He wasn't even in town, was he? I didn't see him around today.
Missed inside. So whether or not it's just a matter of, he needs a few more at bats, a couple more days. The 2-1. Jason Kipnis was here and took part in the pregame ceremonies, but he'll be headed back out to continue his rehab. Takes a strike, barely in a full count.
Well, you better not run out of there too early. That first at bat, you better wait and find the strike zone. It looks like it might be off the plate a little bit, but find out. He's been given that. There you go.
Backs it away.
See, that's a pitch he normally wouldn't swing at, but if he called it a strike, you got to at least try to find a way to foul it off. So a good job there. And once the hitters, you get up there and you have for yourself, you'll ask a guy that hits before you. He may say, oh, he's going to call it on the outside corner. You've got to go up there and make your own judgment and foul off pitches sometimes you normally wouldn't swing at.
Now Almonte pulls it on the ground to second. And an easy out, one away. Well, you asked about the injury report with regards to Lonnie Chisenhall. Let's go down to Andre Knott, who has the very latest, as this report is brought to you by Elkino.
Here is the story on Lonnie. Lonnie is here. He did get here, but he didn't fly in until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Tito told me this morning there was no way in the world he was going to send a guy down at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So basically, Lonnie's here today. He went through all the festivities. He's going to go out and play for Akron tomorrow because there's a lefty on the mound for the White Sox. And then a decision will be made on Thursday about when to bring him up.
All right, good. Thanks.
Carlos Santana flied to right. His only time up. Three-man shift right side of the infield for Chicago. And Santana pulled that just beyond the White Sox dugout. Didn't know where the camera bay is, and Mad Dog had to be.
Boys look all right. You okay?
Feet.
He's there in midseason form, dodging baseballs over there. There's Carey.
Santana in the hole here, 0-2, and now he steps out. James Shields has allowed just one hit. That was the home run to Lindor. Big curveball, yanked foul.
That's hard to stay back on a pitch like that. It's almost like waiting for a softball, underhand. Even though his changeup's about 85, he's up over the 90 mark where he throws his fastball. But that little slow hook, man, it's just tough to wait back on. You may hit it, but everyone they've swung at, they've pulled foul.
Santana socks this one high in the air to left. Melky Cabrera 2 down. It's time for T-Mobile's Unlimited Baseball. And at home last year, nobody took advantage of their home park more than Jose Ramirez, and Francisco Lindor wasn't far behind.
Look at that. You got 2 Indians and 2 Red Sox that love hitting in their own ballpark. How about that? And all 4 of them outstanding hitters. They hit on the road too.
And he got 2 switch hitters, and then Betts and Pedroia both right-handed
Yeah,
hitters.
that's correct.
Well, here's Lindor. He smashes this one just foul.
Well, he took care of James Shields in his first at-bat on a changeup. That ball didn't have the movement going down and away, and Frankie pulled it down the line for his 4th home.
Pitch number 50 for Shields today. In the dirt, 1-1.
He's mixing that breaking ball in a lot instead of, a lot of times he's that fastball changeup mix, but he's using the curveball a lot. Like there.
Nice catch in center field by Jacob May. That ball was hit right on the screws. It was sinking, but May stayed with it. And the Indians go in order. That's 6 in a row retired by Shields. 1-0 Cleveland through 3. Anderson fly to right his only time up. He'll be followed by Melky Cabrera and Jose Abreu. Only 1 hit for each team. Francisco Lindor has left the yard for the only run. White Sox got a double from Todd Frazier in the 2nd. Carrasco has struck out 3 in a row. And the count 1-1 for Anderson. Outside corner, and Carrasco seems to have a pretty good feel of moving in and out today, and that's always a good sign.
He's mixing it up well. He's using both sides of the plate, and he's keeping it down.
Routine bouncer to short. And that's out number one. Time now for a Buick game break. Al Pawlowski standing by.
All right, Matt, Rick, let's head out to Detroit where the Tigers hosting the Twins. The only runs today for Detroit came right here. James McCann, a 2-run homer, his 3rd of the year. K-Rod a shaky ninth, but he held on for the save. The Tigers a winner over the Twins. 2-1 the final today. Matt, Rick.
Both teams now 5-2 atop the AL Central standings.
Nice ball game, 2-1.
And Carlos Carrasco with yet another first pitch strike.
Melky Cabrera, this matchup a couple of years ago, if you remember, Cabrera lined one right off the face of Carrasco and went down and missed some time. We were scary. Only missed, I think, 7 days. But after we saw that hit, he left the game. It was scary. Two-seamer, nice.
He's ahead of him 1-2. Going back to his last start, he's on a pretty good roll.
Well, that's good to see. It's good to see. When that bell rings, he was ready to go. There was some concerns, I think, by a lot of people. I'll be the first to say I thought he was going to have a tough time coming out with the 15 innings the way he looked in spring training, but he's been very sharp.
Chopped one by the mound. What a play by Jose Ramirez. And there are 2 gone. Cut it off up the middle with a nice little backhander, and then the quick release to get him.
Yes, he did. A good play.
And there are 2 away for Jose Abreu, who grounded to second base his first time up. But it was a pretty good lengthy battle in that at-bat. Starts him off, a little slider away, strike one.
Well, I think in that first at-bat, Jose was looking for something away, and he got him out inside. You know, on that full count, he was looking for something because he was trying to shoot it to right field, but he'll make an adjustment. This guy's a smart hitter. You adjust from at-bat to at-bat, and you just hope you get him guessing wrong.
Well, he's got him in the hole quickly, 0-2.
And this is how you want to face him. 2 outs, nobody on, or leading off an inning.
And this is that situation, too, where a lot of times you'll see a pitcher throw a pitch that's nowhere close to the strike zone, and it's like, why would he throw it there? He's not going to swing it. Well, the problem is you don't want to let this guy have a chance to hit the ball with 2 strikes. So you try to get him to chase. He ran it in on him.
He muscled that one, though.
Nice pitch by Carrasco. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. He has retired 8 straight. 1-0 Cleveland. With tires that deliver superior performance in clutch situations, Goodyear, more driven. And even though it's considerably cloudy, the blimp giving us some fantastic shots.
Yeah, that's a great shot when it's sold out house. Every year they've been here, it's nice. Unfortunately, it's what's it, about 36 maybe capacity now since they started their renovations. We'll find out here about the 7th inning.
Yeah,
but it's not like the 72,000 or 73,000 like over at the other place.
No, not at all.
It was about 44 when this park first opened.
I think I read the largest ever was 1973, just prior to your arrival.
Yes. What was it, about 73,000? There might have been a couple in the 50s too that got up into those 70s.
We're just a shade over 35,000
right
officially here at Progressive Field.
I think during the playoffs and World Series they got up to about 38. They had seats everywhere.
Swing and a foul by Brantley. I mean, purely from a baseball standpoint, Cleveland Stadium offered you a venue like no other when it comes to potential size of a crowd. Strike call. I mean, Yankee Stadium was, I think even back in your day, was probably one of the bigger stadiums at 50,000, and you could jam 70,000 plus in the Cleveland Stadium for a baseball game.
Yeah,
it had to be crazy on opening day.
I mean, well, it was. I wasn't there in '73 for they had 73,000 people there. As a matter of fact, in '73 it was Gaylord Perry against Mickey Lolich against Detroit.
One away.
I played in front of 72 there on a July 4th game against the Yankees when they would come to town. And it was loud. It was absolutely crazy. I mean, that was nice. But that's back when the ballparks, it wasn't truly a baseball facility. They were used, you know, for two sports and whatever.
Well, we want to apologize. I understand our video feed has been lost for the moment, but they're working hard to correct the problem. Guys are trying to get the picture restored, so in the meantime we'll go to radio mode. One 0 Cleveland. James Shields, right-hander, winds the 1-0 to Edwin Encarnacion, and he keeps taking that big lengthy swing, and he's coming up empty. Struck out his first time up, 1-1 to count.
You know, I think he's trying to, you know, maybe do a little too much. He feels he wants to prove everything that he's worth the money he signed for, and things like that happens. You're in a new home. You got to catch your breath, relax a little bit. Something will get him going. He had a couple of hits in Arizona the other day where his last two times up where he took shorter swings and hit line drives. I thought that would get him going, and then we had an off day yesterday.
Wide on the 1-2. Got him. He went around on a check swing, says home plate umpire Will Little. It was an off-speed pitch down and away. It's been lethal for Indians hitters here today, and that's 5 strikeouts now for James Shields.
The ones that swing and hit it, they hit it way foul, and if you don't, you got one take and now a check swing.
Well, Jose Ramirez walked to lead off the second inning, but the Indians could not cash in there. 3 on the right side of the infield. They go shift for Ramirez, and a ball bounces in the dirt. The 1-0.
We don't see many teams put a shift for this guy. A lot of teams last year played him straight up, a lot like they play Michael Brantley, because he would use the whole field. So maybe they have their reports where they're going to pitch him a certain way. Now Anderson's going back to the other side.
Low and away with a fastball, and it's 2-0.
See, he's over on the shortstop side now, and that to me is where he should be. I don't see Ozzie pull the ball a whole lot unless you're going to pitch him in there. He hits it where it's pitched.
2 down, bases empty. 2-0 pitch to Ramirez. and he pops one straight up on the infield. The shortstop Anderson calling for it into the cut of the grass, makes the catch, and the Indians go 1-2-3. 4 complete from Progressive Field. It's Cleveland 1, Chicago nothing. Indians baseball is brought to you by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. And by Northern Ohio Honda, made in Ohio, Ohio proud. Home of the American League champs, Cleveland, Ohio, here at Progressive Field, 1-0. Indians, thanks to a first inning home run by Francisco Lindor. And that's been it. Carlos Carrasco has struck out 4 in 4 shutout innings. He's given up 1 hit to this guy, Todd Frazier. Hit a 1-hop smash to third. Yandy Diaz tried to backhand it, but it kicked off of his glove. Frazier pulled into second with a 1-out double. Just his 2nd hit of the year. And that was it. White Sox could not capitalize after that.
Well, Carrasco 11 of 14 first pitch strikes. He's doing a great job getting ahead. Let's see on this pitch right here, the 1-1 pitch, so important to pitchers. That's one he missed, but you know, he had 6 straight 0-2, 1-2 counts.
Straighten him up with that fastball, but he's behind 3-1.
Here's a guy that had a terrific year, 40 home runs last year. His problem, he had issues hitting with runners in scoring position, and you know, getting him in from that point, or he would have had a boatload more RBIs. But
hit deep.
There you go.
Down the left field line and onto the home run porch, and we are tied at 1. Todd Frazier with his 2nd hit of the game, his first home run of the year. He had 1 hit in 17 at bats coming into today, but that smash on a 3-1 pitch ties the ball game.
He certainly has the power. He had the count in his favor. He picked down a fastball, a Carrasco fastball, and he can turn on it with the best of them. You know, he doesn't look up there for a walk, and you'll see that one just sink back into the down and in part of his zone. And as they call him, the Todd father, hit it down the line and tied the game.
That was only the 3rd time today that Carrasco's had a 3-ball count on a hitter. But when you fall behind the guys that hit him a long way, that can be the result.
Well, and you make a pitch in his wheelhouse, yes, that's things happen. I just got done telling you he had a great year hitting the long ball last year.
Ashe with a ground ball to Francisco Lindor, who was over there on the right side of the infield with a shift on. And that's out number 1.
The hitter now for Chicago, number 26, Avisail Garcia.
Now Avisail Garcia, who grounded out his only time. Brand new ball game tied up here in the 5th. Fastball at the knees, outside corner. And it's now 1-1. Back up the gut, and Garcia with the second hit of the inning for Chicago. And it's April in the OHIO as the Indians continue this series against the White Sox here tomorrow night. Danny Salazar goes to the Tribe. Alan Jensen will start our coverage with Indians Live at 5:30. First pitch at 6 right here, home of the Tribe, Sports Time Ohio, or streaming live on Fox Sports Go. And a reminder, most of our games during the week in the month of April, especially here at home, will start at 6 p.m. Friday nights will be at 7. But through April and actually all the way through May.
Yeah, that's what they did last year. April and May, 6 o'clock starts for the most part.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Gives you, you know, sometimes it gets a little chilly at night.
Which is nice. Thought you were going to go Carl, the groundskeeper, which is nice. Giovanni Soto struck out looking at his only time up. And Carrasco ties him up. And in case fans are wondering, this is almost a baseball-wide type of phenomenon.
Yeah.
A lot of teams, especially in the Midwest, it seems like, are going to the earlier midweek starts early in the season.
Yeah, early. Yeah, that's true. Once summer gets here, no. We'll get down there probably after Memorial Day when it takes place, after the first 40 games, and you play about 20 of them at home.
Heck, even in Phoenix, we had 3 games, 3 different game times.
Well,
out
they
there.
always start theirs out. They don't start it at 7:10 like they do here. They started at 6:40.
Nice pitch by Carlos Carrasco, and he's got strikeout number 5. 2 down in the inning.
These pitchers, I'll tell you what, pretty similar lines as we saw when we were in Arizona for a while. There's a nice slider down, but this one had some plate, and I think that's what Soto's upset. He pulled off of it, but he had if you're Carrasco, at least you hit the plate there. If you're a hitter, you want to put it in play. He could not. It's his 5th strikeout.
And Jacob May will be the hitter. Runner goes, throw down by Gomes, and they got him. Garcia erased. Yan Gomes with a good throw. Right on the money, and watch Lindor slap the tag on Garcia to end the inning. For the Indians, Yandy Diaz, Tyler Naquin, and Yan Gomes due up. James Shields gave up a first-inning homer. Since then, he has not allowed a hit. He has struck out 5. Carlos Carrasco has given up 1 home run. He has also struck out 5, and that's about as even as you can get. Yandy Diaz looks at a fastball for a strike.
We'll see who cracks first. It was the same way in the Greinke matchup with Trevor Bauer. And then it fell apart in the 6th for the Indians. But Shields, he went 5 1/3. Only gave up 2 hits to the Tigers in his first start and 1 run. But he did walk 5 in that ball game. So here, you look at him. He's going into the 5th inning. He has 5 strikeouts, but just 1 walk and allowed just the 1 hit.
Low and away. And Diaz has a count in his favor, 2-1. And that's ball 3. Driven to deep left. Back is Cabrera. Makes the catch just shy of the warning track for out number 1. He hit it hard.
Hit it right on the nose. It was an atom ball.
Let's go down to Andre.
Well, we all know Tyler Naquin had an issue last year with the high fastball. Shortstop for the Chicago White Sox, Tim Anderson, same problem he's having. Teams are tying them up with high fastballs. I talked to Naquin before the game today and said it looks like he's using a little bit more patience. He says he's not rushing through the process anymore. He said sometimes, Archie, you'd see that high fastball and think, I got to swing hard and quick because it's up. He says he was almost tying himself up. He's letting the ball come to him rather than trying to attack it.
Well, yeah, you learn how to adjust here. If a certain team's going to pitch you away, and if one starting pitcher for the most part pitches that way, you know, the rest of them are going to try, especially if you have success. So you have to make an adjustment and do certain things.
Now, why would you think Anderson has the same problem on the other side?
Because it's the easiest pitch to see. The fastball upstairs. When it's about the belt, you see it well. But, man, these guys can place it where you can't handle it up here. Maybe at the minor leagues they can't as consistently. A lot of young hitters, they see ball, they hit ball. There's no discipline.
Good off-speed pitch. And count 1-2. I can't tell if the hitters are not happy with the calls or the fact that they don't hear anything, so they think it's a ball, and then they hear that late strike call. Oh, I don't know about that one at all. Tyler Naquin cannot believe it, and he probably has good reason to be upset. That's 6 strikeouts for James Shields. And there are 2 down. Let's take another look at this one.
Well, I mean, it's been inconsistent. Some pitches look good. Now, that's a curveball going down. Is it as low as you think? Let's see it on this angle. It might have been a little bit down, but you see that front knee, it's borderline. But, you know, we don't know this umpire. At least I don't. I know you don't like that call.
That's 11 in a row retired by Shields. And Gomes fouls one out of play.
See, there's what you do. When you get a pitch, you got to put it in play. And look at Shields, thought that ball was in play. He didn't realize where the ball went. He couldn't find it, but it was fouled out of play.
I do have to admit that strikeout pitch to Naquin looked much worse from the center field camera. From the side view, it looked like as it might have gone by that front knee.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Now you see they're going over it, and you know you have your issues where it may be down, and it might have been. But for Tyler, that's a better pitch for him to swing at than the pitch up here. You know that you have to develop your reputation. You have to develop a zone that you like, and hey, it takes a while. And James Shields, a guy that he's a master at it. As long as he's been around as many innings as he's logged, he's not going to give in. And he'll get more of a break from the umpire than a young hitter will. That's for sure.
Yan Gomes with 2 down on the bases empty. Pops one up, back, and let's see. Soto
coming back
to the screen, can't make the play.
That wind brought it back.
At first it looked like it was going to go into the seats, but then the wind, it's been playing tricks back here with the swirling nature.
Don't think it's an easy play just because it stays in play. That ball looked like, even from our vantage point, we're behind the seats. It looked like it was going to get in there, so it came late and it fooled them, and it's swirling up there. Not an easy play.
Fastball up and away, 2-2.
I keep looking after I see the ball go by. I'm waiting for the right arm to go up, but it takes a while.
Yan Gomes with a ground ball up the gut, and the inning is over. 12 in a row retired by James Shields. 1-1 through 5. Here at the home opener and a 1-1 ball game. Our in-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Frankie Lindor in the first with his 4th home run of the season. Stayed that way until the 5th when Todd Frazier got a 3-1 pitch, yanked it to the home run porch, his first of the year. And we are tied at 1 in what has started to evolve as a terrific pitcher's duel now.
Yeah, they've both been sharp.
Now Jacob May. His dad, Lee May Jr., his grandfather, Lee May, his uncle, Carlos May. So that's a baseball family.
3 generations, huh? Like the Boones, the Bells. Yeah, that is. That's a rarity.
Broken back grounder up the gut. Lindor will have to hurry. He does. 1 away. April in the OHIO. Blue Jackets begin their quest for the Stanley Cup tomorrow night against Pittsburgh in Game 1. Blue Jackets Live starts the coverage at 7. Puck drops at 7:30 on Fox Sports Ohio and streaming on Fox Sports Go. The battle for Lord Stanley's Cup underway, or will be underway. Tyler Saladino has struck out twice today. Both times caught looking. It's off the plate, 2-1.
There.
Line drive right field near the line. It's a fair ball. Almonte gives chase. Saladino is on his way to second. A fan reached over and grabbed the ball, so
they
play is halted. And it will be a double for Saladino with one out here in the 6th.
Well, watch Saladino. He's thinking the other way because probably that good slider, but he got the fastball that's down. And that's a nice approach because, you know, he might have been looking for that slider, but hit the fastball the other way. There's the interference. So it didn't matter what Almonte did. He was going to be awarded second base. The second double for the White Sox in the 4th hit. So with one out, they'll have an opportunity to try and crack this tie.
Tim Anderson 0 for 2 is flat out grounded out. High fly ball. Left field. Back is Brantley on the track and makes the catch middle of the warning track. Throws back to second base, and Saladino had to hurry back. 2 down.
Yeah, sometimes right-handers don't realize that it's early in the year. It takes a pretty good poke to get it out here. I think Carlos felt like he made a mistake and he was going to hit it out, but Brantley went to the track. Easy, Carlos. Yeah, he was. Now he's talking to himself about getting that ball down more. But he felt like he got away with one. But it takes a good poke out here. It's not that monster. Not close. I think it's a little easier to hit it out of right field than it is left. This is usually one of the legitimate parks throughout the year. That's you know it's fine park.
It's not Homer happy.
No, it's not Homer happy. It's a fair park.
Melky Cabrera is 0 for 2 is flat out grounded out. Carrasco with a first pitch strike. Carlos trying to get out of this inning, keep it a 1-1 game.
Good
Pops
job.
him up. They should do it.
Yes, indeed.
Frankie calls for it. Lindor on the dirt. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, a man stranded in scoring position. Middle of the 6th, deadlocked at 1. Why wouldn't he? It's a home opener.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's going to be there.
He must have shaved just a little before he left. It's just starting to grow in. Be ready by December.
1-1 our score, bottom of the 6th inning, and Abraham Almonte to lead off for the Tribe.
The Indians got to get some offense going. They've got one hit coming back in the 1st inning, and that's how they got on the board, a Lindor homer.
James Shields has thrown 59% of his pitches for strikes, but he has been the master of the off-speed pitch.
Yes.
Here today. The really slow hook.
That's pitching, keeping you off the center of the bat. There's times where he just went fastball changeup and he could get you out, but now he's changing it up. You know, not a lot of pitchers can do that, where you go from one style. He took some lumps last year doing it, but we'll see. We'll make some adjustments. Starts out with a changeup there. Frank Tanana was like that with the Tigers. He started with the Angels. The guy was he'd throw 94, 95. He and Nolan Ryan were teamed up. And then as his career went on, give him credit, he went over to Detroit and developed into a slow hook. He learned how to pitch and was awesome at it. And Shields is doing it. He knows how to get outs, keep you off balance.
When they traded for him last year, he bombed badly with the White Sox. And I thought, well, they're not going to keep him.
Remember that everybody felt they were going to release him the way he started out, and they kept saying after 3 starts, no, he'll be fine. We got to change him. You know, Coop, their pitching coach, was saying we've got to make some changes mechanically or whatever. But hey, he had a rough year, but he's coming out and he's pitching. He's a competitor. He's used to logging the innings. He got the name Big Game James for a reason.
What does it say when you're 35 years old and you're coming off a season in which you had 19 losses, an ERA of almost 6, and allowed 40 home runs?
Right. Well, you know what
that you wanted to come back for more.
Well, he's getting paid big dollars, man. He's making a lot of money, that contract that he signed. But I'll tell you, he's a competitor.
That ball might plug the gap. It gets down, will go to the wall. Almonte on his way to second base, and he's in there with a leadoff double.
I like that approach from Abraham Almonte. A line drive to left center field. That's how you stay on it. If he's going to throw all those off-speed pitches, you better make an adjustment. Here you go. He comes back, and that looked like a little four-seam fastball down and away. He stayed on. Drives it in there. Even from the blimp, it looks nice.
Looks even better.
Yeah, it does. It looks better when you see him going the other way. Short hops the wall. Almonte gets his first double, and there you have it. Get him on, get him over, get him in. Going back to the top of the lineup and going around for the 3rd time.
Carlos Santana. He is fly to right, fly to left on the day.
You know, the year that he had last year, when you reach his age, 35, people say you're done. They don't give you the benefit of the doubt, even though he proved he can pitch 200 innings, get 10 wins every year, and strike out 200 guys or whatever, 160 or whatever. You know, when you're that old, they say you're done. So, you know, you give him credit. You got to see how he pitches this year. But his first start, 5 2/3. He may not be able to take you to the 7th or 8th inning like he used to. And they have to get their bullpen up a little earlier, but he might be able to get you through 5 innings.
He's pitching into the 6th here today. Carlos Santana is trying to snap an 0 for 9 after he got off to a torrid start in the first few games. Almonte, the go-ahead run at second base, and the 1-1 pitch to Santana. And now it's 2 balls and a strike.
I think that's where you have to remain patient when you're facing a guy like James Shields, because he's not going to give in. You know, don't get too anxious. He wants you to swing at his pitches. If you're patient, maybe you get the count in your favor, and you'll get a pitch you're looking for.
Turning the throw. Good play at second base. It was close.
Yeah, well timed.
And Almonte just did get back in time.
That was well timed, and you can see how close it came, because that's a daylight play. When that pitcher turns and that catcher will give him a sign, there's daylight when he sees it between the base runner. That was close. He gets that front arm in right as he tagged him. He got the hand on the base. That'll keep him. Oh, they may be looking at it now, huh? I don't think so. I thought he got it in.
And the verdict is on the red phone.
I think he got the arm back. I really do. I know it was close. There it comes. And then the tag. And he was
no
called
challenge.
safe. No, they're not going to challenge. Can't waste it there. Although that's where you need your player out there to maybe help you and give you a thumbs up. But remember, we've seen some that we thought were going to be overturned, and we're not. It's still early.
The 2-1 to Santana. Low, 3 balls and a strike.
Okay, now they want to come in. I don't know if they're going to change signs or do whatever. When the second baseman, shortstop come in, the catcher goes out there to talk, and not necessarily saying they are, but it looks like they are. Going to change the signs.
3-1 count. Francisco Lindor waiting on deck.
You know, normally they might have been swinging at that pitch earlier, and they're thinking he's taking it. Uh-oh, maybe they're giving him the signs, or they're relaying the signs. I don't think a lot of teams do that much anymore.
Full count.
Well, he didn't give in.
50 out of 87 have been strikes for Shields, who has really pitched well here this afternoon. But he's 1 hit away from being on the hook for a loss now. Santana shoots one to left. Melky Cabrera makes the catch.
Yeah, the thing of it is there, you couldn't pull a ball to get him over there, so left field, you don't mind if he goes that way. You know, for James Shields, 6 strikeouts. You watch, they're all going to be off-speed pitches. It is a mixed bag. That he's breaking out that slow curveball. Used to have the slider, but he mixes in his changeup that he can throw at different speeds to go with that big slow hook. And the guys haven't seen it a whole lot from him, so it's something new. So you got to give him credit with coming up and to take the hitters off. Now that one there might have been a little low, but he got the call. So now with Lindor, who has 2 at-bats, and both times he's hit Shields on the nose, the home run and then a line drive to center. But what are you going to do? He's going to be careful with him. I know that. But you got Michael Brantley on deck too. So that's the nice thing about this situation.
Well, it certainly will be once this lineup finds its legs.
Right.
But here in the early going, outside of Lindor, Santana's swung the bat pretty well, but you have a number of other guys that are all just kind of slow to get started right in the middle of your lineup.
Well, this is the part you got to get going.
Outside, ball 1.
You know, and you can do this with a veteran like Shields, because you can go out there and say, hey, look, you don't want to give him too much to hit, but he knows, and he's been in the game long enough, he can just tease you. Don't worry about him like a young pitcher.
Outfield plays Lindor straight up. For the most part, the infield is positioned that way. Though the shortstop Anderson, you'll note, is shading him up the middle.
Yeah, he's keeping Almonte close at second base. He's staying right on his back pocket. I don't think they want to throw Lindor much. I don't know if they'll even give him a fastball to hit. They'll throw it in the strike zone.
Throw back and nowhere near in time. I'm wondering, Arch, in my head here, if they pitch around Lindor, if they go get the left-hander to face Brantley. I mean, are they thinking about matching up already here in the 6th?
Absolutely, yes. I would say, yeah, they could certainly do that. And then they just say, go ahead, we're not going to throw another pitch. Walkman, here he comes. So Question answered.
All right. So we got a timeout in a 1-1 ball game, 2 on. And the Tribe will see a left-hander coming on to face Michael Brantley. It'll be Dan Jennings, as the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made by Chicago skipper Rick Renteria here in the home opener. We've got a good one, and we'll be right back. Is really stewing in the White Sox dugout, and I don't know if it's the pitch he left up to Almonte or the way he started out the Lindor at bat that he's upset with, but he's not happy. He's responsible for the 2 on base. Michael Brantley coming up for Cleveland, and left-hander Dan Jennings will be on for the White Sox.
Jennings making his 4th appearance this year. This is when he's on his game, he's a ground ball pitcher.
And you've got Michael Brantley, who's already 2 for 4 this year against left-handed pitchers.
Yeah, well, it really doesn't matter with Michael for the most part. He's going to put a quality at bat up. But since 2015, he leads all relievers. Jennings does, with 19 ground into double plays. So that's what they're looking for, a little ground ball. That's why they didn't want to pitch to Lindor in that situation and trust that this guy can get a ground ball. So we'll see if Michael Brantley can change that. Find some green grass in the outfield.
Dan Jennings will turn 30 in 6 days. Jennings was a former 9th round pick of the Marlins back in 08. Outside ball 1.
Well, there's some pretty good numbers that are on Brantley's side against Jennings in his career. 3 for 6.
Now the 1-0. And a foul right back. Dan Jennings was born in Berkeley, California, but he went to high school in West Des Moines, Iowa. Went to college at the University of Nebraska. Makes his home now in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida.
Okay.
Two on, 1 out. As Brantley tries to deliver a tie-breaking hit here in the 6th. Low, 2-1. They're little things, but you watch Brantley approach an at-bat like this, and you see signs that he's getting closer and closer to taking off, because he's laying off tough pitches. He's tracking the ball well.
Let's not forget, he missed all last year. He hasn't played. I mean, it takes a while to get your legs under you, man. You just don't step right back into the box. Michael's a good hitter, and, you know, his mechanics and everything are pretty sound. But, boy, you need the at-bats. You miss at-bats in a year, it's not that easy to come back to. It'll take him a little while, but you know what? These are situations that'll put him the concentration level will be there. And, you know, he'll get used to it. He'll get him going. He's got the count in his favor.
One down in the 6th. And now the 2-1. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, maybe that's what they told him. Just go on out there and hold the ball. But that's not going to work on Brantley. His patience is going to be there. He's got his game plan when he steps into that box, and he's not going to change it. He's a good 2-strike hitter. So whether you've got him 1-2, which they don't, it's 2-1. So Michael will be patient.
Low, 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, there you go. Now the pressure's on Jennings.
Encarnacion waiting on deck. The right-hander ready in the bullpen.
See, now the crowd's starting to get into it a little bit.
Now
they want to see some offense.
They've been waiting all day to get into this one.
Yeah, they want to see the guys on the pillows, man. They want to see him run, make some left turns.
The 3-1 pitch. A strike called, full count.
All right, not what he was looking for. He was looking for something away. Looked like it was inside. And he was not looking there, but that's a good pitch. Yeah. A good pitch on the inside corner. Now he's still got to throw one more.
This sellout crowd ready to erupt. We'll see if Brantley can deliver. The payoff. Just a bit outside, and the bases are loaded.
Now, how's that for patience? I mean, most guys would swing at it. I think Jennings might felt he threw a strike right there. But even though it's just on the edge, Brantley didn't swing. He draws the walk, and now the pressure's really on him.
And Renteria is going to make another move.
Sure, he's going to the right hand.
The Chicago skipper goes to the bullpen for the 2nd consecutive hitter. Dan Jennings faces one, walks one, and we'll be right back. full lather right now in the 6th inning. The Indians have the bases loaded with 1 out. And the White Sox go to their bullpen for Zach Putnam. Putnam making his 4th appearance of the year. Began his career with the Indians. And now he's in a tough spot against the Tribe. Coming into a bases loaded 1 out matchup with Edwin Encarnacion as we take a look at him in our Levin Furniture player profile. Signed a 3-year deal in the offseason. Only player in the last 5 years to belt at least 30 home runs.
Well, the right guy. This is one of the reasons you get him. You get men on base, you get him up to the plate and see if he can do some damage.
Drove in a career high 127 runs last year. And that's why they signed him, to drive him home. And a foul back.
Putnam's got that nice, looks like a splitter, the changeup that he can throw. He's going to try and keep it down. If he doesn't get the swing and miss, he's going to want a ground ball. Center field, May pull him Encarnacion to left center. A lot of right center available, but I don't think we're going to see him go that way.
Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Almonte at 3rd, Lindor at 2nd, and Brantley at 1st. Putnam, low, 2-1.
That's where the patience paid off. Brantley ended up, they had him, he got himself into a 2-1 count and actually a 3-1 count and finally drew the walk. Make those guys come to you.
Just about everybody here up on their feet roaring. The 2-1 pitch is popped foul out of play right side.
See, that's his splitter right there. You can see that's a good shot. He left it upstairs and Eddie fouled it off.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Low, full count. You can see Encarnacion start after it, but recognizing the pitch was going to be out of the zone, he was able to stop.
Well, that's his chase pitch. He's going to come. I think he's going to come back with that same pitch and see if Encarnacion can keep the discipline if it's in that same spot.
Here's the set and time called. Encarnacion
is going to step out and make him think about it again. Calling time. And why not? Get yourself ready. This could turn the game around here, this at bat.
Nowhere to put him. And the 3-2. Ground ball, wide to 3rd. Frazier scoops it, goes to 2nd. There's one on the 1st, an inning-ending double play. So the Indians load him up, but Zach Putnam pulls a rabbit out of the hat. And we'll go to the 7th, still tied at 1. by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk, proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. And by the new 2017 Kia Optima. Sellout crowd here at Progressive Field and a 1-1 ball game. This home opener headed now to the 7th inning. Jose Abreu to lead off for Chicago. And Carlos Carrasco's 80th pitch of the afternoon is a fastball for strike one.
Yeah, Carlos has been throwing very well. He's allowed 4 hits, 3 of the 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, the home run, and a single. Hasn't walked anybody.
Low, 1-1. Check, did he go? The appeal, he did not. That was close. I thought maybe he would be rung up.
Gomes came up quickly to ask. He had it out there and he holds the pose for him.
Chopped right at third baseman Yandy Diaz. One away. Todd Frazier with his home run back in the 5th, his second hit of the afternoon. Tied the game at 1.
Yeah, hit it down the line. He had the count in his favor.
I guess they think he's doing the parrot.
Well,
it's a weak parrot if it is.
Not buying it.
You're not buying it?
No.
Would that be considered taunting?
I don't know. I don't. I never saw it last year.
No 1-0. Maybe he had a cramp.
Well, this guy you got to be careful with. He's had 2 very good swings.
Fastball in there, and it's 2-1.
And you know he's going to be sitting on a pitch that he likes in his location with the count in his favor. I remember the first time the Indians faced him. He came over, and they'd faced him in Cincinnati before, but he really he struggled against the Indians last year. Those pitchers were throwing in some nasty pitches, and he went down a number of times early. Good pitch.
It's funny too when you look at Todd Frazier. He's kind of lanky. He's not a big bulky guy.
Right.
He doesn't look like a guy you wouldn't say, oh, there's a home run hitter now.
Well, he generates a lot of bat speed, man, and you watch his hands and where they sit, and he starts going. He creates very good bat speed.
Swung out and missed. Carrasco with a low heater that had some movement. And that's strikeout number 6.
Yeah, that's good. You get him to 2 strikes, and then you can get him to swing at your pitch. And after falling behind, Carrasco did a nice job. You watch the sequence here. There's it going down and away, and everything's moving in. And has movement to it, and then he got him to chase it. Probably a changeup down.
Cody Ashe is grounded out twice today. Bryce Shaw up in the Cleveland bullpen. There's a good changeup. Or maybe that was a slider. 88 miles an hour. He swung right over the top of it. And Carlos has him down 0-2 as he looks for strikeout number 7. Ground ball.
Fair.
And it's called foul.
Okay. It was close. Yeah, it's about a foot off.
Power shift on right side of the infield. Jose Ramirez way out on the outfield grass, shallow right field. 2-strike pitch. Low, and it's 1-2. In the bottom of the 7th, it's Jose Ramirez, Yandy Diaz, and Tyler Naquin due up. Way outside, 2-2. Now, Carlos Carrasco was good in his first start. He's been even better here this afternoon. And what you would have to imagine is his final inning of work. Pitch number 95 on the day. Swung out and missed. Hey, struck him out with some high heat. 7th strikeout of the day for Carlos Carrasco. But it's a 1-1 game as we've reached the 7th inning stretch here in Cleveland. Well, right now the Indians offensively have been stymied by James Shields and a couple of Chicago relievers.
Yeah, get him a run. Get him a run. He's pitched very well today.
Zach Putnam got the final 2 outs on the double play ball in the 6th. Stays on the pitch here in the 7th. And a first pitch changeup to Jose Ramirez for strike 1. They do have action in the Sox pen. Nate Jones, right-hander, up for Chicago. And Jose Ramirez looks. It's outside 1-1.
I see Miller up in the Indians bullpen. And there's Jones.
Fastball up and away, 2-1. Ramirez drives one left center field. That's in the alley. That'll get down and go to the wall. Posey's in the second with a leadoff double. That's the second leadoff double for the Indians today. Second in as many innings, in fact.
Both in the same spot.
Yep.
Once Almonte went to left center field off Shields, there's Ramirez staying on that little splitter from Putnam and hits it into left center. So that's a good start. The Indians just with their third hit, and all three of their hits have been extra bases. So they plugged the gap there, and now they have an opportunity. See if the fundamental baseball comes around and they can get him home this time.
46 doubles a year ago for Ramirez. And now he's in scoring position for Yandy Diaz, who is 0 for 2 today. Ramirez now with 2 doubles on the year. Fastball strike outside corner. Nice off-speed pitch. You can see Diaz.
He was thinking that way. He was thinking of shooting it that way, but he took something off and had him out front. That splitter down, away, trying to stay back. Couldn't do it. So far, the Indians today looking for their first 2-strike hit. They're 0 for 12, and their hitters have 2 strikes on them.
In the dirt. Nice block by Soto. There's Ramirez, the go-ahead run at second. The 1-2 to Diaz, a turn, nothing doing.
Well, Saladino was up there close to Ramirez there and then dropped back. And I think once Putnam saw him out there, he was going to try and do the reverse pivot that never works, or rarely works.
The Tribe just 4 for their last 29 with a runner in scoring position. Yandy Diaz trying to break it loose here. In the dirt again.
Well, that's a good thing. Soto doing a nice job when you're calling for that pitch. As a base runner for the Indians, you got to expect it and look for it in the dirt in case you can't advance. But boy, he's been a wall back there today. He's kept it close and around the proximity where they can't go anywhere.
Now the right-hander checks the runner. He deals. And he strikes him out. That's the 7th strikeout by Chicago pitchers here today. And the Indians just cannot convert in these opportunities.
This one looked like it was elevated a little bit. He just, you know what, he has such good arm action. You don't really pick up that spin, and that's why you're so far out front of it. He did it when he was trying to shoot it that way earlier in the count. This was a pitch you'd think he could handle if it was elevated, which it was, but he couldn't stay back. So good arm speed, and the ball just never gets there.
Tyler Naquin called out on strikes both times up today. Now takes a high fastball for strike one. Out of play. And now Tyler's in the hole, 0-2. Chased one in the dirt. Back-to-back strikeouts. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, leading the way with tires that deliver superior performance in clutch situations. Goodyear, more driven. Sellout crowd of 35,002. The attendance here this afternoon. It was 71 at game time. Feels like it's cooled down considerably. The scoreboard shows 53 degrees.
There you go. That's Cleveland. It can happen. It's supposed to be cooler in the rest of this week.
Blown away, ball one.
Hey, opening day, you take this.
Oh,
this
no
is
doubt.
beautiful.
If you'd have said I'll give you 50 on opening day, I think everybody would have been
No
thrilled.
rain, no problem. The warmer, I mean, you like it a little bit warmer, but hey, April in Cleveland or Chicago or Detroit or any Midwestern city can be iffy.
Now the 1-0. I saw highlights of the Cubs walk-off win in their home opener, and they all had the hoodies on. It looked pretty chilly at Wrigley.
Well, they had a delay for the start of their game, almost 2 hours. And I'll tell you what, the swings we're seeing here from the Indians hitters, they're not picking up that splitter that he's throwing, because you can see they're out front. That they, even though they may know he's going to throw it.
Chased another one. Down to third goes Ramirez. But with 2 outs, it's not as big a deal for Chicago.
You're right. It is not. You'd like it earlier, but still, there's a look at the downward action. And the arm speed is right there. But Jose got a good read on that, able to move up. So I guess, I mean, yeah, it benefits if he could throw one more of those pitches down.
He can throw one on the backstop.
Yeah, that'll help. Or get a 2-out base hit or a 2-strike base hit. They haven't had one today.
Ball to third. It's a fair ball. Frazier's throw on the money. So for the second inning in a row, the Indians get a leadoff double, but they can't get him over and get him in. And it stays tied at 1. of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. One our score as we roll now to the 8th inning. Carlos Carrasco went 7, 95 pitches, and he yields now to the big left-hander Andrew Miller. Miller's 4th appearance. He's 1-0 with a perfect 3 1/3, 4 punch-outs.
All right, coming on in the tie game. Carrasco, great job today. Pitched very well. Total command. He had everything working. A nice slider, a changeup, a 2-seamer, the 4-seamer. Gave up 4 hits and just the 1 run. It was a solo homer, so he did a fine job.
Avisail Garcia, 1 for 2 on the day, will lead it off eventually when he gets in the box. Then Giovanni Soto and Jacob May also due up. And first pitch strike, took a little something off, just dropped one over. In the air, right field. Abraham Almonte onto the warning track. 1 down. As promised earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Carlos Carrasco threw 61 of his 95 pitches, 4 strikes. 7 of the 21 outs he recorded, Archer, on 3 pitches or less, so that's efficient.
He got ahead of the hitters throwing first pitch strikes. He pitched in front of the count 0-2, 1-2 a lot. He could expand the zone. Really did a great job today.
Now Giovanni Soto, who struck out twice against Carrasco. A little low. 2-0. Well, he's missed on 3 straight. And he seems a little perturbed with himself.
Well, a guy that rarely walks hitters to throw 3 straight. He's normally right in that strike zone with both pitches, the fastball and the slider.
Yeah, he just poured that 3-0 fastball right down the heart of the plate. Inside out swing, and Soto has a base hit.
Okay, pretty good approach there. Well, Tribe 6-packs are on sale now and include a new Thursday afternoon option. You can take the afternoon off and head to the ballpark for some of this summer's biggest games. Just go to Indians.com for your tickets.
Let's see what we got here. Rick Renteria, the Sox manager, coming out. Looks like we're going to have some sort of a different hitter than the one that's scheduled. Jacob May nowhere in sight. Looks like coming out we're going to get Matt Davidson to bat. Not sure why Renteria is talking to the umpires.
No, I'm not either.
Unless he's wants a pinch runner, but guy can't find his shoes. He wants a little more time. I don't know.
Well, he's had all day to get them if that's the case. But
so Matt Davidson makes his way to home plate. And away we go.
Davidson, this will be his second pinch hit appearance, 0 for 1.
that was a pretty good pitch. Didn't get called. I think Yan Gomes was asking home plate umpire Will Little what he didn't like about that pitch. Big curveball, and that's in for a strike. You don't see him really get the big arc. Usually that's that hard breaking slider down the back foot, but
the
that one just kind of flipped it up in there just to get a strike.
Get a feel for it, slows you down a little bit. Missed with that one. Well, they had to get him an inning on Sunday because he hadn't pitched that whole series in Arizona, if you remember. First 2 games he was out. Tito got him an inning, and what did he go? About an inning and a third, I think, in his last outing. There's a good breaking back foot slider. There you go. This is the big one. It starts way outside and then comes back in. Left-handed batter's box and ends up down and in and buries you.
Pitchers have had the upper hand when they get to 2 strikes today.
Yeah.
Indians are 0 for 15. The White Sox 0 for 12. High fly ball, right field. It's pretty well hit. Back goes Almonte. He's at the base of the wall. Can't make the play. Naquin's there to back it up. Soto's the catcher, so he can't score. He'll have to stop at third. If they've got a faster runner on base, the White Sox may have just taken the lead.
Well, yeah.
But as it stands, Miller still has a chance to maybe get out of this, but he's got a lot of work to do now.
Well, you know what? On this read with Almonte going back as a base runner, you certainly don't want him to catch it and get doubled off. But you see him feeling for it, and look at that. It's pushing it away from him. He wasn't even close to that ball. As he was drifting, he's feeling for the wall, and then he didn't come in, and then there's Naquin backing up. And you see he's staying before second base. Then when he sees it hit, he wasn't going to score. But you couldn't be aggressive and come over that bag. He's not that fast of a runner if he should catch the ball. So, you know, he did the right thing right there. They're second and third and 1 out, and the infield's coming in now.
Leury Garcia, the pinch runner at second base. Up and away, ball 1 to Tyler Saladino. Chapper foul. Interesting that you choose to pinch run for the runner at second base when in this situation with a 1 out, you get a fly ball in a tag up situation. If you've got a fast guy at third, you got a chance to maybe score with your catcher. Maybe not.
Well, I'm thinking about it. He knows his players and his personnel. Maybe he's catching the game the way he wants to, and he's out there. I'm not sure, but
yeah.
For Davidson, the pinch hitter, that was the first hit with 2 strikes by any team. They're 1 for 13 now. And there's still 1 out, and Miller has an opportunity to pitch his way out of it. But you got to work. Joe McEwing on the right, that's the bench coach who used to be the third base coach for them last year. Fans want to see a swing and a miss. And get to 2 outs.
Here's the 1-2. Yank foul. Oh, man. Don't try to catch that.
Right now, it looks like Miller doesn't have the feel that he normally does. That slider, he wanted it back foot. Didn't quite get it down there, but Saladino ends up pulling it foul.
Tense situation here in the 8th. And the 1-2. Oh, what a catch by Diaz!
Yes, indeed.
Yandy Diaz with a diving stab at third to save the game. 2 down.
What a play. That's a reaction play right there. I don't even know if he was able to take a step. He was just moving. Watch him move to his left, and bingo. He makes the play in the end of the glove. He wanted to make sure he had it. Boy, what a beautiful play. Could be a game saver right there. Just reaction. He has it in his glove. He's showing the umpire. Saladino can't believe it. He thought he had an RBI. But now the Indians with a chance to get out of this inning. Very good play, and he continues to play well at third base.
Now Tim Anderson, who is 0 for 3, but the last time up, he hit the ball to deep left field. Gets away, but Gomes keeps it close enough that the runners cannot move. You know how hard it is to hit.
He might have caught a break. Did that get the umpire after it went off the shoulder of Gomes and maybe kept it around? That may be a big little block too.
Fastball strike. Anderson could not react.
That's a good heater. That's the good heater there, man. That little dart down and away to the outside corner. Crisp. Look at that. Right knee high. It left his hand and it just never moved. Stayed right there. Yes.
Check. Did he go?
Yes.
He did. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, the home plate umpire called it. He didn't need help on that one. You watch it on the side. He certainly did. And I like that. The home plate umpire saw it. You call it. He had a good view of it.
Sellout crowd, over 35,000 here today. But offense on either side has been hard to come by. A solo homer for each team, accounting for the game's only runs. Now with 2 on, 2 out, 1-2 pitch. He struck him out. Oh, Andrew Miller gets the Tribe out of trouble here in the 8th. And it's still a 1-1 ball game. Mazda get the crowd rocking early. Francisco Lindor with his solo homer in the first got him up early, but they quickly quieted because they couldn't do anything else the rest of this game so far. Carlos Carrasco was really efficient, and that Indians offense just can't find its No momentum here.
No, but when you're not scoring, you better play defense, and I don't know if you're going to find a better play than what Diaz made right there to save a couple of runs.
That was special.
Yes, it was. And, you know, that gave Andrew Miller a little juice right there. He comes back and gets the last out, so they put a 0 on the board.
Now Nate Jones on to face Abraham Almonte, Carlos Santana, and Francisco Lindor. Garcia now takes over in center field after he came on as a pinch runner. Nate Jones, good explosive fastball, gets it in there for a strike. Down low.
It was Almonte that led off that 6th inning with the double off of Shields into left center field and set up that opportunity. Bases loaded and 1 out, and they couldn't score.
Pulls it foul.
The Sox have out hit the Indians 6-3. Numbers pretty identical though. Both teams have left 4 on base.
Yeah, the key thing to this point is the back-to-back leadoff doubles that the Indians could not capitalize on.
Yeah, well, both times they weren't able to move the runners, although eventually in that 6th inning with the back-to-back walks, the opportunity was there with 1 out and a man on third.
Bases loaded.
Yeah.
1 out. And a double play off the bat of Encarnacion ended the inning.
Well, keep giving yourself chances. You're going to score one of these innings. Look at the Sox always play the Indians tough. Divisional game, first one of the year for the Indians. Told you the White Sox are going to play 25 out of 28 of their first games in the division. We're on a string of 13 consecutive. You want to get off to a good start and you want to win at home.
In the dirt.
Ouch.
Hot foot.
Yeah, that got the umpire deflected off the glove of Soto, and it looked like it went off his shin. Let's see. I'm sure Jones, that ball gets down there, and yeah, it got him. Can't feel good, and Soto's saying sorry.
Now, as hard as this guy throws, if he yanks the fastball,
right,
it's tough to block it.
Yeah, you're not going to catch it.
Low, ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard for Cleveland for the 3rd straight inning, 4th time today. Last June, right here at Progressive Field, Carlos Santana off Nate Jones. Turn him loose. A walk-off winner for Santana.
A breaking ball down and away that he took it to straightaway center field. Well, you know, Jones remembers it, and I'm sure Santana does as well. But you just need to move them up and get it going.
A lob flip.
Again here, if you're the base runner with Jones, he can throw hard and his ball moves. Be ready for any ball in the dirt. This game, 90 feet could certainly make a difference if you could move up. He's not even off the bag, and he's throwing back to first base.
Out of play. 0-1 for Santana. He's 0 for 3 today. Has flied out to right, and he's gone left twice. Santana 0 for his last 10. But already already on the year, a homer, 3 doubles, 6 runs batted in. Up and away, 1-1. You know, I often wondered too, Rick, this early in the year, when you've got that drastic shift with a runner on base, you know, the timing's a little bit different if you should get a ground ball to the right side because people are in different positions covering the bag at second.
Yeah, but as you know, they work on it in spring training. You know, they go through it and they put you in different positions for situations just like this.
Inside.
See, Nate Jones can be nasty. I mean, when he's on his game, he's going to be tough to hit. But when he can make some mistakes. 17 of his last 29 runs allowed coming at the end of 15 have come off the home run ball.
He goes 98 with his fastball to 86 to the off-speed.
And he's got a funky delivery, too, when you look at it. Right now, I think he's just trying to slow things down and get a feel for it because his command is not where it should be. We saw that with Miller coming out of the bullpen. Took him a little bit to get going.
Almonte, 1 steal here in the early going this year.
He brings that arm up, and it's a really long arm action. You know, it's sort of herky-jerky.
It's almost like you ever watch those videos where they teach kids how to throw where you kind of cock your arm. It's almost like
Iron Mike.
Yeah, it's like he pauses right there and then boom.
Well, here's a 3-1 count. So you hear him again. He's having a tough time commanding the baseball right now. So make sure you're patient and get a pitch to your liking if you're going to swing. Had a good swing.
He got a fastball. His eyes lit up. It was just maybe above his hitting zone. Watch where the pitch is. If it's down him,
but I'll tell you what, Carlos is a guy that can get on a high fastball, so that's why he saw it. He had a great swing on it. He just fouled it back. If any of the Indians hitter can catch up to a high hitter, it's Carlos.
Well, he threw him a high fastball. Does he come back with that slider down?
Well, I don't know. He's got to throw a strike, you would think, because Santana's got a pretty good eye.
Went with the heater, missed up and away, and the first 2 are aboard.
Yeah, that's the thing. You want to come back with a pitch that you can throw for a strike. He missed by a lot.
And this goes back, Arch, to the conversation we have for the last couple of springs. Who's going to bat leadoff? And Tito, you know, kind of surprised people last year when he said Carlos Santana, and then the more you thought about it, the more it made sense. And there's another at bat where Santana shows the eye he has. Yeah, he's not going to steal bases. He's not that prototype leadoff guy, but boy,
different.
He's a different animal because he's got power, but he also has just enough discipline.
He's got very good discipline. You see, for me, he gets aggressive when you get guys in scoring position, more so than a lot of other hitters do. You know, so if it really doesn't matter with him. He's willing to take the walk. He's going to walk 100 times. He can hurt you early in the game. But you know, it may change. With the personnel you have, he's a switch hitter, and the Indians are thankful to have three switch hitters in that lineup.
One of those switch hitters gave him the lead early. First inning, Francisco Lindor's 4th home run of the year, but that's the only run for the Tribe today. The only run for Chicago, a Todd Frazier solo shot in the 5th.
I should say 4 switch hitters because the other one's on second base right now.
He bunts it.
Beautiful.
Frazier's only play to first, and it's in time. 1 away.
There you go. I mean, he made it look simple. Square around, make the third baseman field the ball, move the runners up, give the guy behind you an opportunity. And Michael Brantley's going to have that opportunity. Execution, the name of the game right here. Nice job, Frankie. Now it's up to Michael to get it done. Or at least have the patience, like he did in his last at-bat, to walk and get the bases loaded. Remember, first base is open. Nate Jones doesn't have to pitch to him here. You've got Encarnacion on deck. And you've got somebody up, a righty up in their bullpen.
Anthony Swarzak, a former, albeit brief, Cleveland Indian.
They're just gonna walk Brantley. They pointed, go ahead. And you know what? To me, I think that's smart right now if you're the White Sox, because They were able to get Encarnacion on the double play with the bases loaded last time. Now, if he was hot and he was swinging the bat very well, you'd think twice. But there's the pitch. He got a high splitter. He just couldn't do anything with. Hit it in the ground. They turned the double play, and they got out of the inning. That coming back in the 6th.
How's that for a slap in the face if you're Edwin Encarnacion? No. They intentionally walk the bases loaded to get to you.
Well, that's fine. That's what it's all about.
Here's the pitch by Jones. Outside corner off-speed pitch for a strike.
And everybody on base, Jones put on himself, so he's got to try and reel it in. This is a big hitter again in this ball game. The Indians have had their opportunities the last 3 innings. See if they can cash in.
Not many folks are sitting. They're all up on their feet, and Encarnacion takes another strike. It's 0-2.
You watch this slider. They're sitting pretty much middle of the plate, and it sort of comes inside, but it goes straight down. So now Encarnacion has a battle on his hands with this guy. He's going to expand that zone or try to.
Outside, he missed with it. One out in the inning. Second time in the last 3 innings that the Indians have loaded the bases up. Checked swing, foul into the Sox dugout.
Yeah, he's got Eddie now on the defensive. I think this was a slider. If it was, it sort of backs up. It didn't really have that spin to it.
Yeah.
It looked like he got underneath it. It was spinning up there, but sometimes those work.
The Indians went 4 for 25 with runners in scoring position against Arizona. 0 for 7 to start today. Threw his bat at it.
Bingo. Yeah, see, he's in protect mode. You got to try and do whatever. He was fooled on that pitch, and he just threw the bat. It gets the baseball, but watch where the bat goes. Jones, he's saying, watch out. Look at Jones looking at the ball. He didn't see the bat heading his way. But a good job to just foul it off and stay alive. Hey, can you give me my bat back, please?
Eddie's trying to battle here and break the 1-1 tie in the 8th. Loaded up. You've got Almonte at third, Santana at second, Brantley at first. And the 1-2. Ground ball to third. Frazier again goes to second. There's one on to first. Another inning-ending double play. 8 complete. And we are still tied at 1.
The Indians home opener, they're tied with the White Sox 1-1 as Cody Allen has arrived to pitch the 9th inning. Jensen Lewis, Al Pulowski out here on our set in center field. And Jensen, boy, the Indians can't say they haven't had their chances today.
Well, now 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Edwin, 2 tough inning-ending double plays. But tip your hat to Carrasco, Miller. Cody got to keep it here. Walk-off time in the 9th.
All right, we'll see what happens. Join us after the game, whenever it may end. It's brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care for Indians Live. Right now, let's head back upstairs. Matt Underwood and Rick Manning for the call of the 9th. Gentlemen?
Yeah, I see a few folks have left their chairs already
well,
here.
It looked like you two were cold out there. Is it getting chilly out there in right center field, boys?
It is chilly. Not like the wind tunnel, though. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, you look good out there, boys.
Thanks, boys.
All right, Cody Allen on for the 4th time this year. As Jensen said, it's up to Cody to try to keep it here and give the Indians maybe an opportunity for a walk-off in the 9th. Melky Cabrera, Jose Abreu, Todd Frazier due up, so he's got 3, 4, and 5. And he spins him out of there for ball 1. Nice curveball, and that's in to even the count at 1-1. Fastball, he just slaps it out of play.
Well, we saw the game up in Detroit earlier, the Twins and the Tigers. It was a 2-1 game. Boy, this one looks like it's going to be that as well.
Missed in. And it's 2-2. Yeah, with this being a Tuesday, most of the rest of baseball slated for night games.
Yeah, the Indians, one of the final teams to open up at home. I think only the Marlins who are playing, or the Braves still haven't because of their new ballpark.
Cody Allen gets the strikeout, 1 down here in the 9th.
It's the 9th strikeout for Indians pitching. There's that good curveball from Cody. Straight down, even though it was in off the plate. He got Cabrera to chase.
Jose Abreu 0 for 3. And there's a big curveball to start him out. Strike 1 over the outside part of the dish. Checked, it was high. Did he go? He did not. And it's 1-1. David Robertson, the Sox closer, is getting loose. Swung out and missed at a curveball low and away. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now we've seen Abreu chase that curveball. To him it was low and away. To Abreu it was down and in. It's amazing. These two guys are both pretty good disciplined hitters. It's amazing to see them chase a ball that's so far out of the zone.
It's the spin on that ball. You know, they see it up here and they commit.
Just missed in with a good heater. So out of the hand, and that's the thing that Cody's told me, out of the hand, I want both pitches to look the same.
Yeah, they start in the same spot, but see, that fastball runs in. It's a little bit in off the plate. But that curveball starts in the same spot, and it's that spin. He's got great spin to it because he puts that little spike to it. There.
Swung on and missed. He struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Cody.
He's awfully tough when he has both pitches working, and it looks like he has them both working right out of the chute tonight.
This is a tight breaking.
Yeah, it is. That spin, man, it goes straight down. You know, you hear a lot of people talking about that spin rate. When he's on and it's thrown like that, I'd like to see what the spin rate is on that. Because you're right. You see good hitters swing and they miss it by a foot or so.
Oh, he's got some pretty good tilt to that breaking ball.
Well, that's the one you give him. You don't swing on it. For the most part, you're not going to hit it if he makes a mistake with it, unless he makes a mistake with it.
Yeah, Cody throws that spike curve, so he takes his index finger, and instead of just laying it on the seams, he raises the point of that index finger onto the seam and helps him just get a little more extra crank on the end of that delivery.
He went. And that was a nice pick by Gomes right there. That pitch was out in front of the plate, but he got Frazier to chase it. Check swings. Yeah, watch this. This one's out in front of the plate. And look at the nice job by Gomes. Just picks it like he was an infielder. But you can see he did swing there.
So Cody looking to punch out the side here in the ninth. Another curveball, and you can see Frazier just with an emergency swing try to fight it off.
Well, he got that one up a little bit. I thought he was going to go back and try and bounce another one. But you see the double clutch? It was coming inside, so he stopped, and he didn't have anything behind that swing.
Again, the 1-2. Another breaking ball, got him looking. Cody Allen whiffs the side here in the ninth. Coming up in the bottom half of inning 9, Jose Ramirez to lead off for Cleveland. For our Pat O'Brien play of the game. And watch the diving stab by Diaz with the runners at second and third and only one out. That gets through. They score one, if not two.
Yes, indeed.
And then Miller strikes out Anderson to end the threat.
Absolutely big play of the game. That was, do or die right there in that situation. And
it's been good defense and good pitches when needed on both sides. The Indians have hit into 2 inning-ending double plays. Well, Edwin Encarnacion has done that, but you know, credit the pitcher. He gets the pitching, makes the pitch.
The hitters, one hit between 2 teams with 2 strikes, and the White Sox are the ones that got it, that set up that inning, but they couldn't capitalize. The Indians certainly haven't been able to do it. They had opportunities the last 3 innings. With the walks and everything, they had 2 hits in the inning. They were leadoff doubles, but couldn't cash in.
Jose Ramirez to lead off against Chicago closer David Robertson here in the ninth. fastball strike outside corner.
Good fastball, good curveball as well.
Indians pitchers have struck out 11 Chicago batters. White Sox pitchers have struck out 8 Indians hitters. In the dirt, 1-1.
Ramirez in the 7th inning is the one that led off with a double left center field, and I can see that as Garcia in center field, he's playing him over towards left on the left field side of second base.
Yanked foul, look out below. Since 2008, David Robertson has struck out more batters than any other American League relief pitcher.
Well, and this guy everybody thought was on the trade market in the offseason.
Just missed inside. And Jose stays alive here, 2-2.
Well, there it is. Boy, that's close. That's a tough pitch to lay off of when you're a hitter, and you see it in there. And it held its course right on line.
Downstairs, full count.
Good at bat so far. Lay off a couple of tough pitches. Well, you know, the way the closers were commanding such big money out on the free agent market, everybody, his name was bantered around going to 3 or 4 different teams, Washington and a number of other teams.
Another 3-2. Popped up, foul out of play. I don't know that it's something that will affect this White Sox team early in the year, but as the season goes on, depending on how they play early, that could prove to be somewhat of a distraction for them, because they've got guys who are potentially going to be dangled about, like Jose Quintana, like David Robertson.
You're
right.
Anybody. Abreu, Cabrera, anybody. Absolutely.
Swung on and missed. He blew it by him. David Robertson gets the strikeout and 1 down.
Came back. It was a good at-bat and a good battle, and he came right back. Robertson did and said, here you go. There's my fastball, and he gets Ramirez to swing through it. Jose laid off a couple of really tough pitches and swings through the 3-2 pitch. So Robertson, give him credit. Got the first out.
Yandy Diaz 0 for 3 has grounded out, lined out to left, and struck out his last time up.
You know, when you think about it, we always talk like it's nice to have that security. But you know what? Anybody can get traded at any time. That's the nature of the beast.
Unless you have
it always has been
no trade
put into it.
Yeah.
But you know, and with the money that these guys are making, I'm surprised that as many guys get no trade clauses as they do. You know?
We're going to give you all that money. You're not getting a no trade clause.
Right. I mean, that would be the way I looked at it if I was an owner. But the players, if they can get the no trade clause, then it's gravy, icing on the cake if they get the big deal and a no trade clause.
Yandy Diaz awaiting the 2-0. Popped out of play to the right.
Diaz lined out in the 5th. Hit a ball hard to left field when he had the count in his favor.
Smashed, and it's in the right field. And Diaz aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th in a tie ball game.
You know, he hits the ball just like a left-hander would. It's almost like a left-handed pull hitter. Look at him just get the barrel out front and then take it that way. Good swing. And I mean, this was hit with authority, because when you see the second baseman diving for it, like,
he just has such good balance when he's at the plate.
He's so strong.
Well,
you know that.
That doesn't hurt.
We've talked about that. Yeah. Big, strong hands, and
he's
a couple of Cubans talking to him. Yes, indeed.
Well, now it's up to Tyler Naquin to try and get the train rolling here. Naquin 0 for 3 today, has struck out all 3 times. outside corner. And it's a called strike. David Robertson again throws to first. Diaz does not have any kind of a threatening lead. This is more just they want to keep an eye on him and make sure that he knows that they're watching him.
Sure, you make a conscious effort of just paying attention to the runners, especially in this type of situation.
Naquin takes another strike.
2 darts coming right out of the chute. I don't know if many. It seems like every time the Indians are hitting the last 4 innings, the crowd has been on their feet.
Yeah.
They haven't sat down. They want to move. They're trying to get the blood flowing.
The outfield really shading Tyler the other way. They don't feel like he's going to pull the ball. I mean, Garcia, look how far off the line he is. He's got to be 100 feet off the line and right.
Yeah. That means they're going to power him away and up. They're not going to slow anything down to maybe speed up his bat. If they do, they better make a good pitch. You make a mistake, that's where you do it. So that shows me they're going to throw basically hard stuff to Naquin and make her catch up to it.
Bottom of the 9th, tied at 1. And the 1-2 pitch. Slowly chopped back to Robertson. He'll go to second. They get the force there. Back to first. It gets away and into the photo pit.
Oh, that's a break.
So Tyler Naquin will be in scoring position with 2 down on the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, that's a break. They try to complete the double play, and the ball gets away past Abreu, and it bounces over the dugout, I think, into the seats. Robertson made a good feed to Anderson at second base. Here comes the throw. It was a little off target. He was falling away, and Abreu tried to pick it. See, he's falling down. He didn't get much on the ball, and it's not a good throw. Abreu probably should have came off the bag and block it, because I don't think you try and stretch his throw off balance. There's your 90 feet you're looking for on the error.
Well, now a base hit could win it. Yan Gomes, the batter. He is 0 for 3 today. Low ball 1. Throw it by him. Good fastball, and it's 1-1. That's the winning run, Tyler Naquin. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count for Yan Gomes. Way out in front of the off-speed pitch. When this game began, it was 71 degrees, and currently the temperature has dropped to 49.
Well, you know what would cure that? A base hit right here to go back up to 80.
The 1-2. Bounced way out in front of the plate. And we're even up.
It was Yan Gomes that had the first walk-off here last year on June 1st.
June 1st. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, they're, as I said, they were around the 500 mark and, you know, just treading water. He got it against Texas after Texas had won the first couple in that series.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the ninth, tied at 1. Swing and a miss. We've got extra innings on a chilly day now here in Cleveland. 1-1. Leading the way with tires that deliver superior performance in clutch situations. Goodyear, more driven. And now as we head to the 10th inning, the 4th Indians pitcher to work this afternoon will be Boone Logan. Logan will have the 6, 7, and 8 spots due up in the White Sox order. Cody Asche, left-handed hitter, will start it off. And we'll see how Tito plays this. It may be that Logan's only on to face Asche, and then Brian Shaw could be coming on for the right-handed hitters.
Yeah, he's up getting loose in the Indians bullpen, so that could be. And there they're going. They're getting ready to snuggle, and they're going. We got a ways to go. Indians scored in the 1st. The White Sox scored in the 5th. Both solo home runs, and that's about it.
The Indians 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They've had some opportunities. They've had some chances. 0 for 9 now with runners in scoring position, but just haven't been able to get the big hit. Chicago's chances have been more limited.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
1-1.
Even in between the innings, Jack Efta ended up running the coats out for the umpires. They're bringing their heavy artillery out. It's getting a little chilly out there with the wind swirling.
Downstairs. Chicago, their failures leave them 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. They've had a couple of 1-out doubles, and they had 2 on with 1 out against Andrew Miller in the 8th, and they could not convert. But that was also thanks to a great play by Yandy Diaz at 3rd. Here is Jose Ramirez taking care of Cody Asche, and that's going to be it for Boone Logan. He faces one hitter. He retires his man, and we've got another timeout. Tied at 1 in the 10th.
They're at the drink rails and left with the $13 district ticket. It's presented by Sports Time Ohio. District tickets include your first drink and are only available online. You have to go to Indians.com to get them. The fifth pitcher of the afternoon. Heading into evening now, 7:30. Brian Shaw coming on for the fourth time. Logan came on to get his one hitter. He got the out on a ground ball. The White Sox, 6 hits on the day. 4 of those 6 are for extra bases. So you got Garcia and then Soto, the catcher, on deck. So we'll see. One of these games we're going to see the White Sox a lot this year, but they always seem to play tough. Indians had the upper hand here in Cleveland last year. The Sox had their upper hand in Chicago.
Brian Shaw delivers and Garcia fouls it back out of play. Garcia's 1 for 3 today. He had a base hit back in the 5th inning.
Yeah, that means he is hitting every game this year. This is game number 6 for the White Sox.
Up hit stairs 1 and 2. Canely getting loose now in the Chicago pen. And he got him looking. And Garcia visibly frustrated with home plate umpire Will Little. And we'll take another look. That fan telling Garcia, hit the road, Jack.
Well, take a look. He wants to go inside, and that was a cutter. Gomes sort of brings it down. He just felt it was too high.
It really wasn't that. I can understand a hitter being frustrated when you're called out on strikes, but it didn't look like it was that bad of a pitch.
That one had some run to it.
Sounded like he cracked his bat. And Ramirez throws him out. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox, and the Indians bullpen is now combined to retire 8 straight.
pass for an additional $5. You'll receive your item no matter what time you arrive at the ballpark. Just go to Indians.com for the details.
Tommy Kahnle will be the new Chicago pitcher. He'll be the 6th White Sox hurler to work today.
Yeah, he's got a good arm. He can get it up there in a hurry too. We saw him last year.
Abraham Almonte will lead off. That guy due up second.
He started in Charlotte and came up when Petrichka strained a lat. He was placed on the 10-day DL. Last year limited lefties to a 143 average. He did a good job when he got runners in scoring position for him. But then again, everybody's done a good job. It's just been one of those days. Getting hits with runners in scoring position. The scoring has come on solo home runs in this game.
Abraham Almonte grounded out in the 3rd. He doubled to left center to open up the 6th. Stranded at 3rd base. Then he walked to open up the 8th, and he was stranded at 3rd base. Out of play, strike 1.
That ball, 98.
Let me ask you something about that. As I know you've talked to people in the game about this. The radar readings that we use today are out of the hand.
Correct.
Compared to, say, in your day, whenever you had radar readings, and I don't know where you would have gotten them from, scouts, they were at home plate.
Right.
So there's a difference in.
Well, yes.
Are guys throwing harder now than they did in your day, or is it just a different radar reading?
It's a different radar reading. You know, even when you go down, Danny, the guy that scouts our pitchers, you'll see him. They get him about 5 feet out of the hand or something, and it's down about 3 or 4 miles an hour. The closer you get to home plate and you get the reading, the slower it's going to be. It can leave your hand at 98, but by the time it gets to the plate, it may be, 93.
Right.
There could be a 5 mile an hour difference depending on where you get them. But with the electronic stuff they have now, they get it out of the hand, and it's, that's where the spin comes
immediate.
in.
Yeah.
I mean, once that ball's on its way, it doesn't stay 98 all the way in there. By the time it gets to home plate, it's got to lose speed.
That's physics. And there's a strikeout as Almonte fouled it right into the glove of Soto. 1 away.
I told you this guy, he has a very good arm. And, if that was 93, that could be his changeup. Who knows?
Yeah. Looks like a changeup.
Yeah, because you see that it had movement. It's going down. $11 strikeouts now for the White Sox staff.
Carlos Santana looks at a fastball. Well, I think one thing we can all agree on, this guy throws pretty hard.
Well, I knew that last year when I saw him. He's got to be tough to pick up. He could be a little wild, but he has a terrific arm. Well, that one hit triple digits. I didn't think it was that warm outside, but he's making it a little warmer in this ballpark when he's heating it up.
I mean, just rearing back and blowing gas. Back-to-back strikeouts. This Chicago right-hander, Tommy Kahnle.
Well, you look at it, and it's just a dart. It's sitting right there, right on the outside edge. When you're throwing that hard, if you can get the barrel of the bat to the baseball, you'll be lucky. If he locates it, you get a lot of swings and misses.
You know, Kahnle's an interesting guy in that he was, you know, drafted by the Yankees originally in the 5th round back in 2010. And then the Rockies took a flyer on him with the Rule 5 deal. And he stuck. But then, I don't know, they just kind of lost interest or fell out of favor, and they traded him to the White Sox for pitcher Yency Almonte.
Never heard of him.
And this guy can throw 100 miles an hour.
Well, you know, sometimes it takes pitchers a little longer to mature, to develop, to get it, to believe they belong at the big leagues. But when you have an arm like this kid, you got to trust your stuff and get after it.
Just off the plate, 3-1.
That one sounded outside.
Now to 3-1. Out of play. Hard throwing right-hander Tommy Kahnle's payoff pitch. Ball 4. And the inning continues with 2 down.
Well, the Indians have had their share of walks. That's walk number 7. And now if you're thinking, okay, let's see if Lindor can steal a base. If he can do that, but still think of the situation. Then you'd leave first base open with Brantley up, and then you have a guy in there that they would probably go about walking, I would think, the way it's gone today.
Upstairs.
Pretty quick to the plate, too.
That's what I was thinking. It'd be hard to get a jump on this.
He held the ball, and he has that slide step. So, no, I don't think it's a good time. See if Brantley can hit a gap is what you're looking for.
Lindor takes his lead. Abreu holds him. Kahnle's 1-0 fouled back. Boy, Brantley had a good cut at it, but 97 miles an hour couldn't square it up.
Tough to square up. 97.
Boy, it's been a really, all in all, a very nice day for the home opener, but just a few hours east of here in Pittsburgh, rain delay between the Pirates and the Reds.
Oh, yeah? Well, missed us. They're more than welcome to have it.
The 1-1. Just missed. And the home plate umpire, Will Little, hearing it from the White Sox dugout.
He is, and that ball is away. And they're probably saying, you know, you've been calling that all day or something like that. But it did look like it was a little outside.
Was just off. 3-1.
And you got a guy in the batter's box where he's not going to expand his zone.
How weird is this? Rick Renteria is going to the mound, the manager, in the middle of an at-bat.
Well, maybe he wants to talk to him. Maybe he wants the umpire to come to home plate and come to the pitcher's mound so he can say something to him. But I'll tell you what, he better be careful because those two are gone if he has anything to say. Now, here you go. Let's see what's going on. He wants to talk to his guy in this situation, but he also, I think, wants something to say to the umpire.
Well, he's going to get his opportunity.
Yes, he will. Okay, watch this. And he may get thrown if this happens. Let's see. He hasn't made eye contact yet. There it is. There it is. He has his say. Instead of yelling from the dugout, he got his point across. He's going to walk off. That's what he wanted to do. But like you say, middle of an at-bat, it's a 3-1 count. But I think he told Kahnle exactly what he wanted to do with this situation.
Well, he's probably telling him, look, even though first base isn't open, even though it's Edwin Encarnacion on deck, don't give in here 3-1.
Right.
You walk him, you walk him. But don't just, even at 98, 99, don't lay one in there is what he probably told him. Here's the pitch. And Brantley shoots it out of play.
Now that was a good pitch there. That one was down, had a little movement going away.
Now the payoff pitch. Runner goes. Brantley lines it to left field. Fair ball. Down the line it goes. It kicks off the sidewall. Lindor's coming around third. They're going to wave him home. And the Indians will win the opener in walk-off fashion.
Right man in the right spot.
You think they missed him?
Oh boy. Isn't that the truth? And you had Lindor running all the way. He was carrying the mail.
And I was thinking to myself as he was coming to bat in this situation, of all the Indians hitters, he may be the perfect guy to face a hard thrower like this because he's not going to try to do too much. He's just going to put the bat on the ball.
They kept everything away from him, but Michael just let it get deep and just hit it down there. And I'll tell you what, there's a little mistake here. I didn't know if he'd be able to score, but Frankie knows. There's 2 outs. It's their first 2-out or 2-strike hit. And it was their first hit right there to get them home, get it going. They never got it in. Cabrera had a tough time getting that ball in from left field, and there you go. Welcome home, Michael.
What an addition he has been to this lineup. It was talked about in the offseason that his return would be almost like adding a free agent to the team from a year ago because he wasn't there. But boy, that was a clutch base hit to win the game and push the Indians over the 500 mark to 4-3. And also it does something that I know we're not talking about last year, but remember a year ago, the Indians were the only team in baseball that didn't lose more than 3 consecutive games.
Right.
So important to get this win here today to stop the skid dead in its tracks.
I agree. I agree. I'm just happy for Michael. He had opportunities. They had opportunities. They come out on top, and it's a nice way to start your home opener.
Well, let's go down to Andre, who's standing by with Michael Brantley.
Thank you very much, guys. Michael, what's going through your mind in an at-bat like that against a guy throwing 100 miles an hour?
Just trying to get my foot down, put a good swing on it, try to see the ball early. Hey, take my gloves.
It's on line. This is why he usually doesn't want to talk to me after games.
Smart. Hey, they're getting smart. Y'all getting smart. I got to give it to you. I was gone.
How long did you watch last year, watch guys celebrate like that after games, and you weren't able to be a part of it? What does it mean to be a part of this one right now?
A lot. Thanks to all the fans, my family for all their support to this, get me back to this. There's times this offseason I never thought I'd be back, but with the great support that I got from my wife and my kids. And my kids are in the stand, got to watch Daddy play again. And I spent a lot of time away from this offseason rehabbing. But, you know, back on the field I am, and got to do it in front of a, you know, sold-out home opener. I don't know if it gets any better.
3-1 count, balls away, and you drive it over here. 3-2, are you looking for a fastball away again?
I don't know about looking for a fastball away. I was just trying to put a good swing on it. I know Frankie can run very well, so, you know, luckily enough, I got a fastball out over the plate and put a good swing on it.
All right, I'm going to ask you this, and I'm going to leave you alone. The song that you had playing when you came up to bat was Welcome Back. You get to choose your song. Does that mean anything when you're telling everybody you're back and you're happy to be back?
I'm just happy and thankful and blessed to be back. It's been a long road, like I said before. You know, we're home with a win. Your home opener, smile on my face. It's a great day.
I think I'm going to get you to cry. Congratulations.
You ain't going to get me to cry. Jeremiah 29:11, baby.
Back to you guys upstairs.
Thanks, Andre. And so all's well that ends well. Michael Brantley back in the fold, back in the lineup, back doing what he does best. Dr. Smooth in the clutch. And the Indians win it in 10 innings by a final score of 2-1 over the Chicago White Sox, making Brian Shaw the winner. The loss goes to Tommy Kahnle as Brantley on a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th just took the pitch the other way, lined it down the left field line. Frankie Lindor running hard all the way, scores from first, and the Indians walk it off here this afternoon. Stay tuned for Indians Live with Al and Jensen coming up next.